His real name is Clarence.
My name is Clarence.
Vertalo is leading the way in disrupting the capital market space. They are looking for experienced developers who are self-driven and want to work with newer technologies such as blockchain. Are you a developer who likes a good base salary, free lunches, and equity in a company that has a huge upside? Then let's see if you got what it takes to sit down at the Vertalo final table and get a piece of this billion-dollar payout. For more information, check out details at tech.vertalo.com.
From the Lodge Mahal in beautiful Round Rock, Texas, welcome to Poker Night at the Lodge. My name is Slick Rick, along with my partner, Skull Mike. And Skull, we've got a 5-10-25 game going tonight. Tell us about who's playing.
What's up, Rick? Good evening. The boys wanted to spice it up a little bit. We are running a little bit behind schedule, but we did indeed spin Clarence. It landed on the Deuce 7 bounty. So Deuce 7 bounty was what landed on, so an extra $100 per player if you win a hand with Deuce 7. But like you said, the game tonight is 5-10-25, and let's go around the table. Seat 1, a rookie to the stream. His name is Joe, coming in for 4,600. We have King Kai in the 2 seat. He's been on the stream before, but it's been a while, a number of months. He was here for Millionaire Mayhem, had such a great time, said, Mikey, you got to get me in on this cash game stream. I said, no problem, sir. Come on down. He's coming in for 10K. Seat 3 is Jaywin. He's been crushing it on a heater as usual, in for 10K. Seat 4, Fred Flintstone. First time on the Lodge Live here, coming in for 47.90. Seat 5 is Sabado, coming in for 5K. Seat 6 is E, in for 10K. Seat 7, you know him as Kildo, in for 2,500. Seat 8 is Trey, in the 8th seat for 8,000. And then seat 9 is Mike Eli, coming in for 3 dimes. So an action spicy lineup tonight. Should be a good one. Let's get it started here. We got 5-10-25. Looks like the 50 is on. So
All right, Fred Flintstone in the 4th seat made it 50. Sabado in seat 5 folds. E will fold. And as always, it takes a little while to get things started with our readers. 175 is the raise from Trey. He's a regular on these streams. As you see, Kildo just arrived with his chips in seat 7. And Eli wearing our hoodie in seat 9. Looks like we're going to have a call from Joe in seat 1. And Fred Flintstone looks like he's going to re-raise it, 3-bet it to 460. Trey quickly calls. And Trey's cards are not showing up. As I said, it always takes a little while. We're going to go 3 ways to a flop, the first flop of the night. Slick Rick along with Skull Mike. We got so much to tell you, and we're going to be here. First of all, we're going to, after this hand, we'll tell you about the overtime tonight since we started a little late. We're going to change it up a little bit tonight. So I believe Brian, who's in the box, is relaying the betting to the Wizard. The Wizard was under, got everything going. We didn't, we had some technical difficulties, but we're up and running. And Brian will bring it all in. 3 ways to a flop. And let's see if we can get some cards read.
Yeah, Flintstone raised it to 460, called by two other opponents here. So we're three ways. We get the cards read. We got a couple rookies on the stream. So the rookies always takes a little while for them to get comfortable under the lights.
Nut flush draw for Fred Flintstone in seat 4. He's going to make a hefty bet there. Looks to be about 1,600. Over to Trey with a straight draw. Backdoor clubs. And he's going to fold it. And I can't see Joe calling this, but he's reaching for chips.
Oh, those chips are not the cleanliest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be rubbing my face for those chips. Come on, Joe. You're a smart man. Little Hollywood, first time on the stream. They're buddies, Joe and Fred Flintstone, so maybe just setting the tone, but he can't go anywhere with that ace-4 of diamonds. Lays it down, rightfully so.
So here's what we're going to do with overtime. Normally the cutoff time is 10:30, right? Well, because we started a little late, we're going to make the cutoff time 11 p.m. So for overtime tonight, we need 600 likes to get to overtime and 1,000 likes to get to double overtime. So 600 and 1,000 on or before 11 p.m. Central Time. That is a little under 2.5 hours from right now. So same amount of normal time, just a little bit later in the evening because we started a little bit later. There you go. 600 and 1,000. That's what we're shooting for. Kilder with ace-10 calls. Trey with 6-8 offsuit. Make the call, and it always takes one or two hands before the card readers. It's just like us. They warm up. Here comes a raise from King Kai. That's how he wants us to pronounce it. From the Harker Heights Temple area, just north of Round Rock. And after this hand, I got some special shout-outs we've got to give tonight for sure. So it looks like we're going to go three ways once again to the flop. King Kai, Fred Flintstone, and Joe. 10-5 deuce, couple clubs. And the King Queen is ahead. Fred Flintstone, though, says, I'm going to bet and take down another pot. So we want to give a special shout-out to a couple people. One, Racer Nerd, the moderator of all moderators, one of our great ones. We came here, Sharon Barth brought us a gift, said don't open it until you, Skull, and Dave are all in the bunker. We opened it together. We got a glorious, very nice note from Racer Nerd and a bottle of Don Julio 1942. Thank you, Racer Nerd. And I believe a very similar box for Joe and Nakia. Don't know if it's the same. We didn't open theirs, but thank you, Racer Nerd, for that. And really appreciate the note just as much as the tequila. The tequila, we might have to open and have a shot during this stream. We'll see. 5-10-25 is what we're playing tonight. E folds his pocket fours.
Yeah, very special thanks to Racer Nerd, like you mentioned. He's always in each and every stream doing his job with the blue wrench, and he's always very positive, welcoming, and a pleasant to talk to, whether it be here in the chat. I've been able to chat with him through email or Instagram a bunch, so just an all-around great guy, and we really appreciate it, Racer. Thank you so much.
Sharon said, y'all remember there are 17 servings in that bottle. We'll remember, Sharon.
Seems like there's more than 17 servings.
And Sharon, she really made me wait. Don't open it, Rick. She knows me. Wait till the wizard and Skull can be there with you and take a picture. I did, Sharon, I promise. We're going to go 5 ways to this flop. 755 in the skillet. And Sabado says, is that my $5 chip? And he's going to take it back.
Coach Summers in the building. What's up, Coach?
Hello, Coach.
Jazz Bowen, Hawaii Boy, Matty J, all the regulars in the building.
486 in the live chat already.
What's up, RL? Tim Murphy.
Looks like we actually are going 6 ways to a flop. Flop 5-4 Skittles. Seti McGetty for Joe in seat 1. Let's see what he bets as it comes around to him. He puts 2 plums out there. That's $1,000, $500 each. We'll go over the chip values. Banana chips, yellow chips are $1,000. Purple chips are $500. Black chips are $100. Green chips $25, and the red chips are $5.
Yeah, big bet here from Joe. Kind of has Sabado a little bit confused or interested in Sabado. Carving out some black chips. Looks to be making a call here with just 10 high. So he has plans of making moves here on the turn, it looks like. Imagine
Heads up.
Let's see what happens here.
Boat City for Joe. He's locked up this pot as long as he stays in. Let's see if Sabado tries to make a move here. Down bets.
Yeah, I think Sabado's going to check raise this. Maybe somewhere along the lines of about 1,500.
Woohoo! Very close to that, Mikey.
And then if you're
And
Joe,
all in.
a snap rip from Joe, looks like.
Sabado got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. As he's going to have to lay this down as the all-in from Joe. Sabado's going to try to think it through and make it seem like he's got a tough decision, but we all know he's got absolutely no decision to make now other than laying it down.
Got to admire the heart of Sabado here, making a move, trying to rep an 8. Even an 8, no good in this scenario. Trying to save a little face here, but it's got to fold there with the 10 high.
And he shows the boat. A couple more people we want to recognize. Somebody came in today and bought a bunch of merchandise. Captain Friendly from Johns Island, South Carolina. And he said, "What's up, Slick Rick and Skull Mike?" So Captain Friendly, thanks for coming in today and buying merchandise. Shout out to James or Hodge, H-A-J, who was out in Talking Stick out in Arizona. Scottsdale. Saw our good friend James Stewart with one of our hoodies on. Said, "I love that stream. Where did you get that hoodie?" James, the kind man he is, reached into his pocket, pulled out a Lodge coin, card protector, and gave it to the guy. The guy, he acted like he just got bought into the main event. He hugged James, and so Hodge out there in Scottsdale at Talking Stick Casino, how you doing?
Yeah, that's an awesome story. Really love seeing messages like that. So thank you to each and every one of you, all 560 in the chat, wherever you're watching from. North, south, east, west, another country. I see Brazil's in the house. Slicky Ricardo appreciates that. So the stream is growing, and it's just fantastic to be on the same rocket ship as everybody else.
If you want to see a picture of Skull, myself, and the Wizard tonight, we took a picture with the bottle of Don Julio, put it on my Instagram, at Slick Rick Lodge. At Slick Rick Lodge, the Instagram. You can see a picture right there of Skull, Slick, and the Wizard. Not too many pictures of the Wizard out there.
Smiling, looking happy, too, because the Wizard's a little dead inside sometimes, but he's smiling and having a good time in that photo.
On to the next hand. Jay went on the button with 10-8 offsuit. Facing the $75 call. He says no. And Sabado calls with the very same 10-8 offsuit. So looks like we're going to go 5 ways to a flop. 450 in the skillet. King 7 Jack, couple of spades. Looks like with the kings, Eli vaults to the lead. But Trey's going to continue telling the story. Bets 200. No, the bottle is not why we started late. Fish Cakes, how you doing?
Bottle has not been cracked yet. Sipping water in the booth tonight.
We got a lot to tell you, so much to tell you later on in the show, but Going to continue this. 3 ways. 9 of spades. So now you got 3 spades out there. Joe, with the only person with a spade, looking for one, does not get it. And the 9 for Trey makes him trips. He's going to put 500 out there. It's going to be tough now for Eli to pair. Sharon ate one of my wife's cookies today that she made for us.
Those are pretty good. Those are better than the first batch.
They're delicious. Thank you, Rocky, my
Eli
wife.
gets away there. Good fold there.
Yeah, that was a good fold.
Good fold indeed.
So Skull is going to be heading out of town. Going to go play some poker out in another city, little city in the desert. I don't know where it is, but there you see a picture of Lodge Cam. And so in the booth on Monday night for our ladies' night stream, it'll be Slick Rick and the great Ruth Hall, Ruthless. And then on Wednesday, it looks like it might be Jake Stein in with me on Wednesday. Still deciding that, but definitely ladies' night, Slick Rick and Ruthless for ladies' night.
Yeah, I'll be back on Saturday. I'm going to go out and fire a couple freeze-outs in a little series called the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, I saw Lamborenzo, a tour of his suite at
Yes.
at the Rio for a month. He and Jenna the puppy girl
Yeah,
out
I
there.
was about to say, you're really just following Lorenzo's Instagram to
Get a glimpse of Jenna the puppy girl.
Exactly.
She follows me on Instagram. I've made it in life. Sabado has to scan his cards.
Yeah, going out there with Cy, my buddy Roger, a.k.a. Scotland. Big Tony will be out there, BMG Joe. So all the boys going out there are going to fire a couple freeze-outs, a little Super Turbo Bounty, another freeze-out, 1Ks, 3Ks.
Yeah, Big Tony said, Rick, are you coming out? I'm buying dinner. I said, Big Tony, I'm very close to it, but I can't do it. Got a little radio show to do, but I'll be out there November 6th. We'll tell you more about that in a minute. King, Queen, 6. Couple hearts. E with the Ace Jack way out ahead. Fred Flintstone looking for only 2 cards that can help him right now. The 4 of diamonds and 4 of clubs. Everything else that he needs is, unless a running straight comes.
Appreciate the well wishes, everybody. Going to try and represent Chatsville on this stream. Maybe come on back to Round Rock with a bracelet. I'm sure the Lodge would appreciate that.
That'd be cool.
Calling it a business trip, Rick. It's a business trip.
That's fine. Call it what you want.
It's not our first business trip to Vegas.
Yes, Sharon mentioned Ruth Hall did bring me the receipt because we were joking when she bought the sandwich. She did buy it on Saturday night. It wasn't an old sandwich, but she brought me the receipt.
Did you ever eat that sandwich?
Yes. Had a bite, couple bites. It's a big sandwich.
Couple bites, a couple days later?
No. That night.
Were you sick? Stomach pain?
No.
Was that the night when your stomach was rumbling left and right in the bunker?
No, that was something else.
Yikes.
Cumulative winnings. Joe with 2,400 up top. Fred Flintstone up 1,800. And Sabado right now throwing the party. Let me tell you about some people who are coming to town. October 11th and 13th, Ryan DePaulo hits the Lodge live stream felt for 2 streams. Ryan DePaulo. Yes, in less than 2 weeks, he will be here at the Lodge for 2 streams. And then on January 12th, Norman Chad, Lon McCarron will both be here for a tag team match with Skull Mike and I.
Also have a little Lexo coming, right? In between that for 2 streams, I believe.
Lexo Poker with DQ
yeah.
in November. $15 super chat from Michael B. Hi, Nakia, Rick, Mike, everyone else. Been sick for a while, but feeling better. Just want to say I really enjoyed the Lodge and the main event. Glad I came down and can't wait to be back. It was a pleasure meeting you, Michael B. Fred Flintstone with his pocket 10s calls 80.
I did not get a chance to meet Michael B. I was firing those tournaments, though, so I guess probably busy, but
Are you
feel
saying
better.
I was available?
Yes. Yes. Early exits. Early showers. It's all right. You're a starter, Rick. I'm more of a closer. So I came out of the bullpen to seal the deal.
Speaking of that, Yankees lost, Sox won. We're all tied up with 1 game to play.
Yeah, we're
Sandwich bet on the line tomorrow. You play the Jays. I play the Nationals. I like my chances.
I play the Rays.
Rays. I play the Nationals.
It's
200.
whoever makes the playoffs that we're going to do.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
call it
true.
that.
All right. Changing the
Right?
bet. That's okay.
We're tied up. That's what it is. If we're both in the wild card game.
Right.
Or
If
one
it's the
makes-
same record, it's
Yeah.
a
It's the
push.
It's the same thing. If one doesn't make the wild card game, then you win.
5 of diamonds.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, we're on the same page. Sounds good.
Ace
Should I fix you some sandwiches?
Maybe.
with the 9 kicker for Trey is playing large right now. And there's
so 2 pair.
two
Ace
pair
is
now.
up. Feels a little bit better, but still multi-way. Somewhat of a dangerous board, but Trey not worried. Fires out 500.
I like that idea, Timothy. We'll have to. We got a lot of time between now and the Norman Chad, Lon McCarron tag team match, but I like that idea of giving 2 people from Chatsville the opportunity to play in that stream. I'd love that idea. Good idea, Timothy. Trey bets 500. That's a long time away, though. Heisenberg, what's going on?
Kildo makes the call there, just believing in his jack.
And Trey says, thank you for the $500 kiss.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, they will be playing poker, Mad Benjamin. One of them will be in the booth with me or Mike, and the other will be on the felt with me or Mike. So it'll be a tag team. I think Mike's going to be playing probably about 75% on the felt, and I'll be maybe 25%. But we'll figure it all out. We're going to have some fun. The legends, Norman Chad, Lon McCarron, coming to the lodge in January.
Going to be here before you know it. Can't believe that we're already in October.
How about them Cowboys?
Jay win.
Yeah, Cowboys. Crabs for Flintstone. He's going to get his hard hat on, go set mining here.
After this hand, I want to tell you an exchange I was listening to before the game.
Ooh, here we go. Kildo here bumping it up. This could be trouble for our man. Kildo, 3 bets to 505. All this action. Eli can't do nothing with these 7s. Doesn't want to fold it, but it's going to have to. It's going to be interesting to see here what Jaywin does. Whoa. Eli fires in the 4-bet here, trying to perhaps isolate against Kildo.
That banana chip is $1,000, folks.
All this action. What will Jaywin do? I think Jaywin's going to fire. Imagine he's going to fire in the 5-bet here.
Jay won with the Cowboys.
Rather quick one there, yeah. So I wasn't messing around, boys, with my open. I actually have a good one. And Eli didn't really want to see that. Eli trying to make a move on the 7th seat. What will Kildo do? He doesn't like to fold.
Fred Flintstone folds
He just
his
snap
pocket
all
there.
in. So snap all in from Kildo. Eli will head for the hills, or no, he's too
No.
much. No, he's got too much invested. Doesn't have that much more behind, so he makes the call. 3-way all in here. So Jaywin's gonna have to fade a 7 or an ace.
Escalated.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Sure as hell did here. This is a big one. I thought Eli had more behind there, but once he puts in 1.2, he's committed here. Didn't really want to see Jaywin involved. Was hoping to go heads up with Kildo and flip for it all, but it's not a flip here.
Look at that pot, folks. 6,100.
Big pot, big pot.
And a nice little tasty side pot.
One time it is. Ooh,
There's a king right. And Fred Flintstone would have flopped a set, too.
5. No.
So a boat for J-Win, and he's going to take it all. Fred Flintstone just told J-Win
Yes.
he would have had a boat, too.
Looks like just J-Win was destined to win a big one there, even if Fred Flintstone was involved. But he'll take all of the 7 and 9 chips, no problem. Say thank you very much. Ship all the chips to the 3 seat, up 3.7.
It was funny. Before the stream, I'll tell you this story. J-Win was talking to Fred Flintstone in seat 4, and Fred Flintstone says, "No, how are you doing? My name's so-and-so." And J-Win says, "Yeah, we played once together before." And he goes, "No, I don't believe we have." And J-Win says, "Yeah, you go by the name of Fred Flintstone." And he said, "You're kidding." So J-Win knows just playing with somebody one time, he'll remember. I thought that was kind of funny. So Slick Rick, Skull Mike here. We're here. We took Wednesday off because, frankly, we streamed, I think, of the 72-hour period last week, we streamed 15 of the 17 hours. We had great fun. Congratulations to all the champions that were crowned at Millionaire Mayhem. We're going to already planning another Millionaire Mayhem for possibly late February. We'll tell you more on that when we get the specifics. But we're doing it again, folks. It's going to be a twice a year kind of thing. Kai will fold his 10 deuce suited. J-Win's still stacking chips. Wearing his Longhorn gear. Longhorns beat TCU today. Congratulations. Go to 3-1. Head to Oklahoma. Head to Dallas to play the Texas OU game next Saturday.
Texas beat TCU today?
Yep.
That's cool. Card exposed. Looks to be the 6 of hearts.
Quiet Kenny, welcome. Welcome to the party, Quiet Kenny. You're going to have some fun. Give our stream at least 2 or 3 chances before you decide. It is a interesting stream. We have fun. We don't talk a lot about ranges and post-flop percentages. We just like to have a little fun. So we're not your normal average stream. Give us a chance. I think you like us. For those who already have seen us and have yet to subscribe, we ask that you subscribe. 17,100 of you have already done so. We had 1,000 on March 1st. We thank you, every one of you. And because of that, after this hand, I'm going to tell you about something special we're doing for anybody who's interested, who's in Chatsville. Skull Mike just left the bunker for a minute. Trey on the button with King 10. Calls Bildo's raise. Joe and Kai will come along too. Looks like J-Win is going to color up. So here comes the flop. Queen 10 deuce. Pair of queens for Fred Flintstone. Thank you, Michael. Quiet Kenny, my name's Slick Rick. The other guy's Skull Mike, so you'll get to know us. Thanks for joining us. Tell your friends. 450 is the bet from Trey. It's a pair of 10s. King kicker. Joe, with a pair of 10s, ace kicker, says, I will call that. And let's see what Fred Flintstone does with top pair. Looking over at Trey. Looking for raising chips. He does. He raises it up. Let's see what it actually is, as Brian will take the jumbled mess of chips. Looks like it's 1,000. Looks like it might be a little over 1,000, but 1,000 is what was said. Trey comes along, and Joe with his ace-10. He's going to think through this. He'll get out of the way. Heads up between Fred Flintstone and Trey. 3 of spades. $720 already in the live chat. Appreciate it on a Saturday night. We started a little late. We get to 600 likes on it before 11 p.m. Central Time, 2 hours from now. We'll give you some overtime. Big bet, 1,600 from Fred Flintstone. His pair of queens. Trey has 3 outs. The others have been spoken for. Don't really hear any table talk. Trey thinking through things. Hello, Nakia. How are you? You have a present here in the bunker. Your husband, make sure your husband brings it home to you. Very nice present from Racer Nerd to you and Joe. Folds and Fred Flintstone will take it down. So November 6th, we've been talking about it. 45 of you have already RSVP'd. We've got room for about 75 to 80. So here's what we're doing. We said long ago that if we could get to 12,500 subscribers, we're going to have a party in Vegas to thank the people of Chatsville. Well, 12,500 happened a while ago. We're sitting at 17,100 now. So we owe you a party. DQ, who is an incredible legend himself, who will be on some streams upcoming in November, has said, look, let's do it in the suite that they always give me at Planet Hollywood. It's 4,000 square feet. We can, overlooking the Bellagio fountains, we can fit a bunch of people in there. So we got room for 75 people. All you got to do is send me an email, slickrick@thelodgepokerclub.com, slickrick@thelodgepokerclub.com. Your name and your Caesars Rewards number is all I need, and I'll put you on the list. Please don't RSVP if you don't really, really think you're going to be there. We realize things come up, but we don't want to use a spot up for somebody and not allow another person to take it if you're really not going to be able to come. So it's going to be a fun night from 7 to 9:30. We'll have drinks, hors d'oeuvres, and then for all those who want to, we'll walk across the street to Caesar's Palace, where they'll be reserving a couple poker tables, one higher limit, one lower limit, and whoever wants to play can play there, or you can leave and go on your merry way in Vegas. Ace 3-8, pair of 8 aces for Sabado, pair of 8s for Kildo, and nothing for Eli. Sabado with big slick hits his ace. Kildo gets out of the way. Eli folds 2. So there it is. Heisenberg Poker, yeah, definitely. We've got some people, some big-time names, and, I did this in the chat earlier, Chance Corneth has said he's going to come. Jeff Boski, Ryan DePaulo is coming. We've got some big time, so you'll be able to meet. I've invited Norman Chad and Lon McCarran. They're getting back to me. Lon said he was just going to be landing about that time, but he will think about it. So you never know. You never know who's going to be at that party. Slick Rick Skull Mike will be there, and a bunch of people from Chatsville. DQ will be there. So it's going to be a fun night, but we just need RSVPs because we can only have so many up on top of the world, overlooking the Bellagio fountains. Oh, Mariano said he's coming too, so lots of vloggers. Of course, I invited Mike Matisow, and I said, oh, by the way, can you bring Phil Hellmuth with you? We'll see if that happens. They're buddies. You never know. 85 is the bet. Everybody's calling that over to J-Win with ace deuce suited in the big blind. Remember, we're playing 5-10-25. So this is the straddle. Fred Flintstone with queen jack offsuit is going to come along. So we're going to go 6 ways to a flop, 510 in the skillet. Jack 6-6. We did do something here at the lodge, folks. We had a big cake during Millionaire Mayhem. Skull and I bought a big cake and celebrated with our people here in town and at the lodge. But Vegas is Vegas, and we got to go out there. Fred Flintstone is asking, do you guys ever play every Saturday? I think we're going to see Fred Flintstone a lot more often. Pay close attention to Jeff Boski's one of his upcoming vlogs is going to be about his trip to, congratulations to him, by the way. He did make his Rolex, Bank Rolex challenge, bought himself a Rolex, and I think we're up next as far as the next vlog coming out. Can't wait to see that. On to the next hand, Fred Flintstone with the pocket pair, 5s. He's going to raise it on up.
All right, I'm back.
Little birdie.
Little birdie told me that there's going to be some carnage ahead. Some blood. Perhaps just a stone cold shot to the gut.
Uh-oh.
We'll see what happens. And there are a couple of juicy options for replacements out there. I have my go-to reliever. You know, every manager has, you know, their go-to bullpen guys.
Yeah.
That are, you know, are definitely starters, but when they're not in the starting lineup, you go to them first. But then
I hope it's
I went to somebody that I'm a big fan of, very friendly with, no problem. But then I saw a wild card that lives in Houston who is a non-local, first time in the Lodge Mahal, and I would have gone to him just because he's from out of town and doesn't have an opportunity. But there's another scalping. We have a good selection out there.
I'm telling you, with the Lodge Mahal the way it is, it's a little bit easier to fill games like this because people are here. Button will move. If anybody noticed the new logo, some of you noticed the new logo that in our countdown. New show, new room, we figured new logo. It's a secondary logo, but I think it looked very good.
Home and away. We got home and away jerseys.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the major leagues, can always rock the same jersey. Even the Yankees, you know, mix it up from those pinstripes from time to time.
I tell you, between Seattle, Toronto, Boston, and New York, there's going to be a 90-win team or two that don't make the playoffs. Ouch.
Sorry, Toronto.
Maybe Seattle, too.
Seattle, too, and Toronto. It's going to be us in the wild card game, fighting for a sandwich.
Bucking a squirt from King Kai with Queen 10, suited. Over to Fred with Queen 6 offsuit. Thank you, Fletcher. I think the logo is pretty cool, too. Here comes the flop. 9-8-6, Skittles. Pair of 6s for Fred Flintstone. Open-ended straight draw for E. And Queen 10 for Kai.
Kai fires out that C-bet here, getting called from Flintstone with the only pair. I think this goes check, check.
Don't know what the turn was. We'll see it in a second here. The turn was a 5 and then a 3 of hearts. 300 from Fred. Raised to 1,200 from King Kai. Fred with a pair of 6s looking to call this. The river was a 3.
Yeah, Kai making a move here on the river. Not buying that Fred is strong, and he's not, but he does have the best hand here, so a little bit of a strange line from Kai. Look at him smiling, giggling, not a care in the world. And Flintstone's in the blender a little bit. I don't even know if they have blenders in Bedrock, but
They do. It's 2 turtles running really fast on a treadmill.
that's the blender, or you just use
That's
you know,
how they
stone to smash.
they
2 turtles on a treadmill?
yeah, and the little thing goes round and round, and that's the blender.
What?
Somebody just said yabba dabba doo.
I think your joke's going to be terrible tonight.
Oh, by the way, joke of the night provided by one of our people in Chatsville, Bianca. I'm going to tell that at 9:15 at the usual time. So maybe after the next hand, I will tell joke of the night. 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't. Everyone knows the rules. Provided by Bianca.
Ooh, it
Makes the call.
talks to him, and the 6 is good. Very nice call there from Fred.
Fred Flintstone, otherwise a.k.a. the Sheriff.
With his Augusta blue on. Just like a little hole-in-one there on 16. The crowd goes wild. And Fred's going to start to feel a little bit more comfortable, gain some momentum here on table 11.
Under the lights.
There you go, under the lights. No more
They're
brand
no
new.
longer brand new.
They're fresh, they're established. And that's where we are right here, under the lights from the bunker in Round Rock. You know the exit. What's the exit? Say it at home with me. 1, 2, 3. 251.
AWF 118 says some of the best poker commentary in poker on this channel. Thanks for the consistent stream, guys. Thank you, AWF 118.
Thank you. Very nice comments there. I like the action tonight. It is a good one. Going to pat myself on the back, give myself some kudos. This is good lineup. The lineups are a little bit harder to come here in these months. You know, the next 6, 7, 8 weeks, a lot of our big-time high roller players are in Vegas for a month or two or going back and forth. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for myself filling games. But nonetheless, we have a good one tonight. And if you're watching from home and you want to get in on this action Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday, follow those instructions on the bottom of the screen, thelodgelive.com. Fill out the questionnaire. Message me directly on Instagram. We have plenty of seats available in late October, November, December, etc. So get in touch with me and let's have a chit-chat as we have Steady McGetty for Trey on an Ace 8 Deuce rainbow board. Skittles, taste the rainbow. Unfortunate for Eli, it tastes sour because the bet's 250 and he's practically drawing dead. Trey sets the trap. The trap has been set. Another check from Trey. Eli looking at his stack. Doesn't have much behind. Might just rip it.
Uh-oh.
What did he say?
I think 400.
400.
Seti McGetty for Trey.
Does Trey rip it now or wait for the river? He says now's a good time.
It's going to be basically for all of it.
Yeah. Eli doesn't like that, but
Thanks, Susmita, for that nice comment. He goes all in.
makes
Quick
the
call.
drawing dead.
Drawing dead.
That's
Seti McGetty, Eli.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
And it doesn't even matter about the river.
Yeah, run it 12 times.
Boat City. Trey shows the ace. So here we go. Joke of the night. 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't. This joke was provided by Bianca, a member of Chatsville. A man goes into Baskin-Robbins, asks for a scoop of chocolate. Woman behind the counter says, "No, sir, we do not have any chocolate. We are totally out." He looks over. 2 minutes later, he says, "I would like a scoop of chocolate." She says, sir, we don't have any chocolate. Finally, third time, he says, I want some chocolate. She said, let me ask you this. If you can answer these questions, I'll give you anything you want. Spell straw as in strawberry. He goes, S-T-R-A-W. She goes, okay. Spell van as in vanilla. He goes, V-A-N. He goes, okay, you're almost there. Last question. Spell freak as in chocolate. He goes, there's no freaking chocolate. She says, that's what I'm trying to tell you. 1 if you like it, 2 if you don't. Everyone knows the rules. That joke provided by Bianca. Thank you.
It's cute. It's cute. But,
I could have said...
I'm not at the national, spelling bee.
I could have used the word, F-U, but I cleaned it up.
You might.
Freak instead of F-U.
You can drop a little F-U-C-K-I-N-G. Why not? Kids are asleep.
All right, here they come in.
If they're old enough to spell that, they know what it is.
Lots of ones coming in.
No fucking chocolate here.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Lots of ones. Nakia gives it a 1.
Kitty game's down the street.
Bill Weber a 1. Susmita a 1. Couple 2s. It's a hit.
Speaking of chocolate, I have some chocolate ice cream right there in that freezer. Can you pass me some, Rick?
We don't have a freezer.
That's right. There's no fucking freezer here.
I do have a chocolate
damn right.
bar.
Go give me something underneath there, though.
What is it?
In the middle? Yeah, give me one of those.
A little beverage.
Beverage. Palate.
It feels so good.
Palate cleanser. Everybody and their mama in this hand. What do we got going on here?
A lot of 1s. Yeah, we may have to open the Don Julio. We'll do that later on in the stream.
Really? Really?
Sure.
I want to save it. What are we waiting for? It's already 9:20. I'm not trying to go get my Don Julio on. Too late.
7-8-9 Skittles. Pair of 9s and an open-ended straight draw for Joe. 2 pair for Eli. Fred Flintstone with his open-ended straight draw on the low end and a pair of 7s.
Kyoto snap rips here. All in 2K with just a pair of 8s. And this one's not going to get through Eli with his 2 pair. And what will Joe do with all this action in front of him? Your 9s with the 10 kind of shrivels up. And now it's a pair and it's open-ended. But perhaps you're worried about a 10 jack. Joe. Hands behind his head. Looks like he's being arrested, perhaps. But no, he's just in the blender, in the 1 seat, asking for a count. Let's get that count. Trey looks to be going for a color up. What a world when you're getting a color up in the big game Saturday night. Joe gets away. And that's going to be bad news here for Kildo. A lot to call here for Fred. Don't see him coming along. Ooh, he's getting the cups, getting them out, lining them up. Who says Slick Rick's good for nothing? He's good for something. Get Skull's cups. Would have liked an ice cube or 2. I like to sip it. I like to sip my.
You do?
It's a little chill. I could take it neat though.
This is
Shout out to Racer Nerd. Fred Flintstone here. Come on, Fred.
Today, Junior.
Whoa, my apologies, because he looks to be carving out calling chips. Fred. We serious here, Fred? He says there's no more action. Maybe I can get lucky. Only getting lucky if the 5 peels. Ten would be good too. 5 or 10 makes the call here, so Fred gambling a little bit, taking his shot. Cards on their back. Seven, 8, King 8, and 6, 7.
Wow.
Pair open-ended, 2 pair, and Kildo practically drawing dead. Needs some running diamonds.
9,400,
Or
man.
King running
This
kings.
is crazy.
Ace doesn't help Kildo. The 5
The
from
straight.
space. And Fred hits it there on the river one time, and looks like Kildo will be hitting the showers early.
Wow. Huge pot. Fred Flintstone. He may be a lodge regular here. So, Racer Nerd, we opened the bottle of Don Julio 1942. It's a beautiful bottle, beautifully marketed in a beautiful box. I opened it. Skull Mike and I each have a shot. This is for you, Racer Nerd, and for all of Chatsville. Thank you so much for all you do. Oof. Here we go. Tequila.
Oh, wow. Slugged it. You got a little sliver.
Woo. Wow.
Puts a little hair on your chest, huh, Ricky? Slicky Ricardo.
1942. Goes down smooth.
Oh, that goes down very smooth.
Wow.
That goes down very nice.
Cheers to everyone out there.
Wow.
And we bid.
Fred up 13.4.
Incredible.
Is this accurate? Did I miss a big one when I went out there to fill some seats? Did I miss a big one?
Well, it's the same hand. He just hit the straight.
Yeah, but that's not.
It was,
that's not,
there were 10 grand. It was 10 grand. It was 9,400 in there. Yes.
Yeah, but a third of that was his, so.
I'm telling you, that's a lot of chips.
Where's the other 6, 7 grand come from that he's up?
Fred Flintstone's going to call Wilma. Little black screen right now. We'll fight through it. Give us a chance here. Apologize for that. There we go. We're back. Wow. Fred Flintstone with a huge hand calling Wilma. Says, get pebbles. We're going out tomorrow night. Have to watch the show to know the characters. It's an old show. Buck and a squirt, it looks like, is the bet. $921 in the live chat.
Hey, he won one off Kai earlier. King Kai, good call to 6s, so. Fred Flintstone.
Jack 7-4, 2 diamonds. I'm going to see where we're at right now. 248 likes. We got till 11. We got another hour and 36 minutes to get to 600. I think we can do it. Especially with 910. Another jack. So, trips for Joe. Now he's got a boat. Runner. And 2 pair for Sabado, who makes the call and is going to see the bad news. Joe is going to show him the boat. Sabado gets rid of his cards. Wow. That Don Julio.
You pour yourself some more there, Ricky.
No, I think that hit me. I think, does everyone in life have a tequila story? I mean, I think everyone has a story where it just went a little wrong on a night that started all in
oh God,
in hopes and dreams, but ended in disaster.
Tell us yours.
No, I think everybody has Think
you
to
got
yourself.
you got any stories from south of the border, Rick?
Well,
Little Slicky Ricardo growing up.
We drove down in 2 busloads, my fraternity. In 1984, 2 busloads drove down from Austin to Laredo, got across the border,
And
went to Cadillac Bar, which is a restaurant, had dinner, about 50 of us, and then went to a little place called Boys Town. Don't know if it's still there. Was back then. All it is a group of about 10 bars. All there are drinking and prostitutes. That's why they call it Boys Town.
Very aggressive.
Statute of limitations is over. That happened in 1984. Here comes the flop. Fred Flintstone against Sábado. 5-5 deuce. We were kids. I don't think that place is still around. Racer Nerd says, oh, I have a few tequila stories. You're right. I think everybody does.
Lodge Cam, Slick's room. Not as filled for Millionaire Mayhem, but that's a welcome excited a little bit. That was a circus in here for those 2 weeks. Kind of a little bit back to normal.
Yeah, if you want to see what it looked like, I have something on my Instagram. We had a little photography done, a little film made. Go to Slick Rick Lodge on the Instagram. A few posts back, and you'll get a feel for how packed we were. And I even got a drone out there in the parking lot to show overhead footage. The reason why I say something during the black screen is I just want to make sure that you guys know it's not a problem with your set. That's the only reason why I say anything about it.
Nick from Yuma's been, throwing out his TV from, the top rope 6 times. He's on his 7th television.
Boat City for King Kai, and he checks.
Wow, 5-3 Bink. And Fred here betting, and Joe with an ambitious call with 8-6. So look at this equity, folks. 99, 1-1. And you just have people betting away here. Buttons all the way in the 8 seat. So you have all these people firing. A 5's not really in their range. Checks all the way on the turn here. If you're Kai, he checks river here, trapping on the river. And Fred has connected with this queen, but he correctly checks it down, avoids disaster, not falling for the trap from King Kai and Fred Flintstone. Look at him giggling. Yabba dabba do indeed. Saved yourself some chips, sir. Well done.
I would ask if you could, it would do us a great honor if you have not yet subscribed to our channel. We're sitting at 17,181. How cool would it be to get to 17,200 right here on the stream? Give us a chance. Doesn't cost you anything. It really helps us. Click that subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it.
A little trap gone south from King Kai.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
There it is. Stamp it official. Flintstone invited to next week.
Of course. Open invitation. And I just feel like a new star is being born right now, right in front of us. There are very few times in life where you can say, I was here when a star was born, and Fred Flintstone is a freaking rock star about to happen. 300 is the raise from Eli with pocket tens.
We are playing the 7 deuce game, so let's see how the Flintstone maneuvers here. Multiple opponents Not juicing it up pre-flop.
Don't know what Sabado has. He's going to scan his cards. 6-3 queen.
He's got
Skittles.
top pair, so he's going to be a tough man to bully. But you know Fred's going to try. As Big Tony takes his seat at the table.
I knew it was going to be Big Tony. How could he be in this building and not playing a game as juicy as this?
Sabado rips all in. Not really what Fred wanted to see. Can't beat anything. He's thinking about calling for the miracle of running sevens or deuces.
He has his eye on everyone giving him $100 for the 7-deuce game.
You can't do it. Sometimes you just gotta wave the white flag.
I mean,
You're beating absolutely nothing.
I'm just going to go on a limb here. He actually looks like Fred Flintstone. If you put a tiger jumpsuit on him,
You look more like Fred
no,
Flintstone.
he does look like. If I show you a picture of Fred Flintstone right now and put it side by side to seat 4, you would say that's him.
No.
Sharon Barth agrees with me. You know, the Grand Poobah, that Joe Stracera, his name came from Fred Flintstone's.
What?
Yep. The Water Buffalo was a club that Fred Flintstone joined, and the president of the Water Buffaloes was called the Grand Poobah. That's how Joe got his name.
Oh.
The Grand Poobah.
All this Flintstone talks.
You gotta know about the Flintstones.
It's going above my head tonight.
A little bit before your time.
Gotta-
You were more Teletubbies
No.
and Bob the Builder.
No, not my favorite cartoons. Try again.
Who was it?
Uh-oh. Oh, God. Hold on, wizard.
Skull Mike will be right back. He's got to go out and do some things. E raises to 75. Big Tony just sitting down with Jack 10 offsuit. Makes the call. Seven ways to a flop. Queen, queen, 4. Trips for E.
Is this one me?
That is you. That is you. Oh, man, I took a shot of. Are you supposed to not take 1942 as a shot?
Yeah, you're supposed to sip that.
It's like the Crown Royal of tequila.
That's not the Crown Royal, no. Crown Royal's not the gold medal of whiskey either.
I like it. It's my gold medal winner.
Yeah, well, you're easy to please.
So E's going to win a pot, and we'll go on to the next one. Joke of the night happened. A lot of ones. Got another good one for Ladies' Night. Ladies' Night happens on Monday. It'll be Slick Rick and Ruth Hall in the bunker as Skull Mike makes his way to Vegas for riches and good prime rib dinners.
Courtesy, wherever Big Tony wants to go is where I'll be.
I'd go where Cy goes because could mean a comp dinner at Venetian. But Big Tony?
Big Tony has his own comps there.
I know. Big Tony. Big Tony's a good guy to party with.
Yes. BMG Joe, no word if he's going to wear his black gloves or not.
It was funny, you know, there was
let you
another
know.
guy who was playing on the stream of the final table that was wearing the gloves, and there were people in the chat said, it took me till half the stream to realize that wasn't Blue Man Group Joe. The same black gloves.
Oh, man. That was some big money on that final table stream, huh? Some big money indeed.
No, Racer Nerd, you don't need to apologize. You nailed it. Incredible. It's the thought that counts, and actually, your letter meant more than the 1942 to me, honestly. 6 of hearts. Sabado with a flush draw now. Doesn't come. So 2 pair now for Trey. He's going to make a little value bet, put $100 out there, and he's going to take down this pot. Michael B. with the $10 super chat. Skull Mike, the Flintstones with a classic cartoon. One of my favorites of all time. Does anybody remember the episode where Pebbles and Bam Bam could sing?
I watched a lot of Rugrats. You know, Tommy Pickles? You know about...
That was not when I was watching cartoons, but...
You don't know about Tommy Pickles?
No.
Or Hey Arnold? Football Head?
No.
No? Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles I do know something about, but when my son was watching, it was Teletubbies, Bob the Builder, and
Real Monsters?
Thomas the Tank.
Thomas the Tank.
That was when he was a kid. So I skipped your little cartoons, and I got to his. He's only 24, so you're 34. So, anyways, on to the poker. People want the poker.
People want the pain, Rick.
Max pain.
Sometimes there's pain in cartoon stories as well.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, after this hand, something happened to me on the poker table. The last 2 times I've bought in, not too good.
You left with 0 chips?
I've had some tough luck the last 2 times, but I'll tell you why.
Nobody wants to hear a bad beat story, Rick.
It's not going to be a bad beat. It's just, what do you do in these situations? I'm going to ask the people of Chatsville. Here comes the flop. 9-7 deuce, couple of diamonds. Diamond draw for Joe. Pair of 9s for Flintstone. There's the diamond. And what a diamond it is. Nut flush for Joe. Check mark. But Fred Flintstone continues his story. Just a little call here. A little flat call. Another 4. So 2 pair.
I think Fred's going to end up calling that off for 600. Nice sizing here from Joe in the 1 seat. Again, Joe and Fred are buddies, so they probably have a lot of experience with one another. So maybe Fred's able to get away, but for the sizing of 600, I think you just got to pay it off and say, good hand, sir, well played. And I think that's what Fred's going to end up doing. Makes the call.
So the last 2 times I played cash, Mike, first hand I sit down. Flop comes 10-10-8. I have 10-king. Money gets all in there. Gentleman has pocket 8s. All right, so that happens, right? Last night I come, sit down, get dealt pocket kings. I'm going, is somebody screwing with me? I just sat down. I'm looking at pocket kings. Money gets all in with a queen 7-3 flop. 3-way all in. One guy had aces, the other guy had Jack 9 suited. Jack 9 suited, went runner for his flush. So there you go. I'm a little gun shy right now.
Well, you finished 3rd place in that hand.
Yes.
That's what happens, Rick. It's a game of poker. You have 2 cards. You need to make your best hand with the community.
Bucket of squirt is the raise from J-Win. Looks like here comes the raise from Trey.
What does Trey have here? Let's see what he's got.
Don't know yet. Never know what Trey has.
Wizard here getting the graphics correct, it looks like. And it's 650 or is that 550? I think it's 550 to go. Fred has called, as does E. So we're going to go 2-flop, 3-way.
Big slick for Fred and Trey. E with 6s.
Yeah, not bad to have 6s when both your opponents have the same holding. But not the best board there for a pair of 6s when you have your opponent's c-betting. So I think Trey might take this down unless Fred wants to float. Fred doesn't like folding from what we've seen so far. So in position on the button, 700. He laughs at 700, makes the call. He's going to have to go bye-bye with the best hand. Can't fault him for that. And now it's going to see who wants it more here, the power of aggression. Let's see if Trey has the double barrel. Does not. Picks up more equity now here on the turn, does Fred. I think he barrels at this. Might go somewhere along the lines of half pot. Maybe somewhere between, 12 to 1,400, but he elects to check it. Thought he might take a stab there. The door was open. Goes check, check, and let's chop it up.
Chop City. Slick Rick Skull Mike. Just getting over Millionaire Mayhem, which was a tremendous success. We won't go on and on about it, but just let's put it this way. It was a home run.
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, and we will do it again probably in late February. Look for news about that to come out as soon as everything. I looked over the shoulder of the great Anthony Chester yesterday, and I said, "What you doing on that computer?" He says, "I'm already thinking about Millionaire Mayhem, the next one, complete with all sorts of fun events like senior events, ladies events, tag team events, all sorts of events." So look for that news. The first one was so successful that can't imagine the next one being even bigger and better. Hard to imagine it could be bigger.
$324 likes, folks. We need more likes for overtime and very, very close to 17,200 subscribers. Only about 5 subscribers away from that. So do us a favor and subscribe to the channel if you are new tonight. 940 in the chat. I know there's a couple newbies in here. Say hello. Don't be scared. As we get the pot right here, graphics are catching up, and we will fire out a board here shortly, and it will be 5 to a flop.
Yeah, the structure for the main was very popular. I'm sure we're going to take the good and the bad and fix the bad and stay with the good. 873 Skittles. Pair of 7s for Big Tony. Pair of 8s for Fred Flintstone. Sabato can't get anything to go his way on the button. Another 8. So trips now for Fred Flintstone. He's just got 15K in front of him, having the time of his life. Going, I can't believe it. Going to other places other than the lodge.
Sabato trying to counter here. He can't come along. Only got 2.3 behind. Needs a miracle 6.
Wimpy from the Netherlands. We used to be huge in the Netherlands with Jan. If you've seen Jan riding his bicycle in Amsterdam, downtown Amsterdam, tell him we miss him.
Wimpy.
Big Tony comes along.
What's up, Wimpy?
Big Tony doesn't realize he is drawing dead.
Big in the Philippines, growing in Brazil. Tony checks it over here. Fred eyeing up Tony's stack. 5K in the middle. Fred trying to think, what can I get called by? What is the ideal sizing? He's got that look in his eye like he wants to go big. But he just checks it down, it looks like. Perhaps worried of a straight. Doesn't know much about Tony. Goes check, check, wants to see some information. And Fred will take down another one.
For those wondering about a senior event here at the Lodge, age 50 and older. I qualify. I'll play in that senior event. 50 and older is the senior here. Skull Mike, Chris the Cop asks you, have you ever played at the World Series of Poker in the past? Just curious.
Yes.
There you go.
Played for 2 years. This will be my 3rd year at the World Series.
Wimpy says he'll look for Jan. I guarantee you he'll be on a bicycle in Amsterdam. Very easy to spot. Hardly anybody is on a bicycle in Amsterdam. I believe nearly everyone is on a bicycle.
Frank, you're not a dancer, all right? You don't really get out there on the dance floor with Rocky anymore, do you?
I'm not really.
Oh, God.
But I do a mean running man. I'll do that in Vegas on November 6th.
You're gonna tear an ACL doing that. I'm gonna be at urgent care mid party. I'm gonna go to the tables. You're gonna be icing your kneecap. Please do not do the running man. Nobody wants to see you doing the running man. Stick to your walks around the block or 3 miles a day, which you've probably been slacking on.
I have. Because it's
laser reads.
Hours.
Laser reads. That's called excuses. That's called being lazy. And you want to do the running man, you're for sure blowing out a kneecap.
Oh, my goodness. If the people want to see a running man at the November 6th party, I'm going to give it to them. Oh E with ace-jack suited. As Jaywin 4-bets at the 2,200 with the ladies. And E is coming along.
In position here. He's been rather quiet. E not afraid. Will tango with Jaywin. Pop Brewing 4.8 in the middle.
Ooh, there's the ace.
Spikes it.
And 2 overs for Jaywin going, can this be happening?
Just spilled tequila on my new sweatshirt. Went for my mouth, missed my mouth, went down the side of my cheek. Goes check, check here. So E electing for a little bit of pot control. Jaywin checks it over again.
There's the king. So that may slow everything down now. James with the $10 super chat. Greetings, Rick, Mike, and Chatsville. It's Haj from Phoenix, Arizona.
Haj, our boy from Talking Stick. What's up, buddy?
We gave you a huge shout out at the beginning of the stream. Go back and rewatch it, Haj.
We're going to do it again right now.
Yes.
Anytime you want to come on down, you let me know, James. Shoot me an email or, you see my contact information on the bottom of the screen. Whenever you want to come, we'll get you out here, table 11.
Under the lights. And I'm telling you, what a story it was. I guess you saw the logo on James Stewart's shirt, and you said, I love that stream. Those guys are awesome. James pulled out from his pocket a Lodge coin, gave it to you, and you were very thankful. So, Haj from Talking Stick, you are the man. On to the next hand. Cumulative winnings. Fred Flintstone is running away with this thing. $13,700. Eli throwing the party down $8,000. Approaching 40-person wedding. Approaching.
Speaking of weddings, going to a wedding soon. Got asked to be an usher at the wedding, Rick. An usher.
Not too good of a friend there. escorting the elderly grandparents to their seats.
This was my soon-to-be brother-in-law.
Wow.
Had to give me some type of duties.
Oh.
I don't know how many groomsmen he has. I don't think not
He's
many.
got 18 groomsmen.
No,
You
no.
made Usher.
No.
Welcome to the family,
I
Mikey.
think there's like 2 or 3, if that.
I'm kidding. Usher's an important job.
Groomsmen too much work. You gotta be involved. I gotta do this, do that.
There's the lodge cam. The front half of the room is called Slick's room. Back half of the room where we're at, Skull's dungeon. Lots of people in here on a Saturday night playing a little poker. Fletcher asked, have you cashed in a WC SOP event?
Went deep in the tournament I played last year. Final 2 tables. Was chip leader for a while too. Kind of blew that one. Only played a couple of events, not many. Cashed in a few.
Tell you what, speaking of main events, on Monday's ladies stream, we're going to have a lady who finished 80th in the 2013 main event. She was on ESPN. They did a segment on her. Beverly, a local Austin crusher, is going to be on the ladies
We
stream.
got a couple action ladies on that stream as well. G-Monkey, and the fans are going to love Patricia because she is a trip. And she doesn't like folding. She likes putting money in the pot. So look out for Patricia on Monday. Little pro tip. But right now we're playing 5, 10, 25. And it was 600 to go, and we have 5 members. 3.5 in the middle, going to a flop. Ace, Queen, Deuce, Skittles. 2 pair for J-Win.
Yeah. 2 pair for
Not
J-Win.
much for anybody else, so J-Win basically has his hand locked up. See him betting here, and I don't know if anybody's going to come along unless they want to get frisky.
We do an all-female stream that's happening Monday. It's called Ladies Night. The players at the table will be ladies, and they'll be playing on the stream. It'll be myself and Ruth Hall doing the commentary. It's happening 2 days from now, 48 hours. We'll be back again on Wednesday night, where I will be here. Skull Mike will still be in Vegas. He'll be back next Saturday. Already got a great joke lined up for Monday's ladies' night, specifically given to me by one of the players that will be playing that night. So it's a good one, too. Sabado with 10-8, just very quiet. Can't make anything happen tonight, Sabado. Raise from Trey with ace-jack offsuit to 200. Eli comes along with pocket 5s. Joe will make the call with 10-8 suited. Over to King Kai. Calls. Flintstone character makes the call. So it looks like we're going to go 5 ways to the flop. 1100. There, ace, ace, king.
Wow.
Trips for both Trey and King. Trey.
Yeah, quarter size. 300 into 12. Nice size bet here. So many people trying to get a customer. Gets Kai to come along, makes the call as we'll take a turn card. Black screen will be back in a couple of seconds here as this
There we
pot
go.
builds. Didn't miss nothing as we have
Ooh.
the
Boat City now for Trey. King now is just looking for a chop at this point. There's a big bet from Trey.
Not that big. 800, so less than half size. Still trying to keep around a weaker ace, and that's indeed what's happening. Kai, what will Kai do? Kai will make the call. Imagine he's going to check river here. Oh boy, if a 4 comes. But what happened?
Nope.
It doesn't come. So what sizing will Trey go with here? He's been going small, third here. I think he might. I like to see something along the lines of about 12 to 1500, but Trey might go for blast off here, going for a little larger than that. Goes for 28, so size is up. Putting Kai to the test here. Kai be able to get away. He doesn't like it. 2.8 might be a little too greedy from Trey, but if Kai makes the call here, that will indeed be the perfect amount. Because Kai hates it here at 2.8. Might need to see it for himself. Shaking his head. Going back and forth. The angel says fold. The devil says call. Where will it go? What will happen?
2,800 is called.
Makes the call. So well played there, Trey. Very, very well played in deal. Has Kai in the blender. Shows the ace, but nobody really cares as we ship the chips over the tray, and he nods his head. Saying,
what a bet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have a new dealer come in. Wow.
Tough board there for Kai, but Trey gets the maximum. A nice size pot.
Pretty great little game you put together here. I mean, seriously, of the 9 players, 7 of them at least, or 8. I mean, I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but nearly every player is an action player.
Yeah.
It's an incredible game.
I have 4 last-minute cancellations, too, where I did some surgery here to put this game back together. A lot of other action players had to cancel last minute. Cy, shout out to Cy Stone, feeling a little under the weather. So
get well soon, Cy.
Well, he finally got vaccinated, so
good for Cy.
You know, after he's got that 24-hour little hangover off of that.
Don't want to start anything political, but
yeah.
Good for Cy. On to the next one. We're doing 5, 10, 25 tonight, folks, with a 7-deuce. Little bonus if you win your hand with 7-deuce in your hand, you get 100 from each player. Hadn't really hit tonight. Fish Poker, how did the one player get the Lodge sweatshirt? We sell sweatshirts. I'll give you the quadratic formula. Hoodies plus hats plus T-shirts plus coins equals chips in your pocket if you get Lodge merchandise.
Yeah, Fish Poker. Shoot me a message on Instagram, Skull Mike Poker, or skullmikepoker@gmail.com, Fish Poker, and I will send you our sizes, our pricing, and we'll mail one out to you. That's one of the best ways. Besides super chatting, if you want to purchase merchandise, those are the best ways to support Rick and I as we do this for you guys 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 8 o'clock or a little after Central Standard Time. So buy some merch, super chat, and of course, like and subscribe this beautiful channel. Thank you so much.
Fish Poker says shout out from Cali. Where are people watching from? 961 of you out in the chat. Where are you watching from, and have you been to the Lodge? If not, when are you coming?
Not spinning Clarence. Again, we spun it before the stream started, and this game is going so good right now. 5, 10, 25. We haven't seen somebody really get spicy with the 7-deuce. Players want to keep it the same, and I would agree with them. So 5, 10, 25 for the rest of the night with the 7-deuce bounty game in play.
I see our friend Bill Cox in the foreground there.
I see that. Spotted him. Top right corner. We should do that. But where's Waldo of Who's Who and see if you can spot people. Iowa, we got Canada in the house. Australia, more Canada.
Northern Indiana, Vegas, Milwaukee, Maryland.
Let's go.
Thank you, folks, for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're about to hit 17,200. How cool would it be before Vegas, literally a month and 4 days from now, if we hit 20,000? Could we do it? That would be a stretch.
Well, we're already at 17.2 rigs. So
Yep.
you asked for 17.2. We get there. Now we'll turn our sights to 17.3.
Wondrous ATX says hello from Southwest Austin. Went to the new lodge last week. Looks great. Purple chips, remember, are 500. Blacks are 100. Yellows are 1,000. Reds are $5.
So, Joe, again, keep in mind, folks, 7 deuce bounty in play, 100 from each player, and the door is open as nobody really connects with this flop. Joe's going for it here, 1,200. Probably has a little bit more of a snug attitude. Kai is stuck, but he's only holding here 7 high. Needs a 6 for the straight. 1,200 might be a little bit too pricey for Kai to chase. It does have backdoor hearts. Doing some accounting here, and I think he's going to have to lay it down, so he gets away. Fred gets away.
Uh-oh.
Eli gets away, and he said,
Uh-oh. He didn't fold yet. Oh,
no.
my goodness.
"Oh no!"
Eli did not fold.
Joe says pay up, exposes his cards, and Eli with only 10 high will say, "Thank you very much."
The attorney saw a loophole, and he pounced on it.
Oh no! Eli says everybody $100 at the table, and Joe had that one locked up. Eli would have been folding. Instead, he loses close to 1,500 on that hand. My goodness!
That was bad.
Oh no!
It was premature celebration.
Oh God!
You never want to have premature celebration at a poker table.
Little too excited there. A little too excited.
That was not an angle shoot. I mean, come on. It was just casino table awareness. I mean, Eli didn't turn over his cards, didn't ask for him to, wasn't hiding his cards to pretend like he folded. Joe just didn't see that he was still in the hand. It was not an angle shoot, I don't believe.
I don't think it was an angle either. He's got a little too excited there. Exposed his cards. Eli still had his cards in front of him. And Joe just showed over 7 deuce, so I think that's legal. Brutal. Legal but brutal. Put that on your T-shirt and smoke it.
If Eli was hiding his cards, that'd be one thing, but he wasn't. He was not hiding his cards, so enough with that. We'll go on to the next hand.
Three bet from Trey here with ace queen.
Nightmare Merriman, one who's commentating definition of angle. In my mind, an angle is when you do something deceptive to lead one to believe, to act in a way that they wouldn't normally act. That, in my mind, is an angle. And that
Joe
was not an
tabled
angle.
his 7 deuce.
Yep.
When one player folded with another player still to act.
There was nothing deceptive about what Eli did.
All. And wow, we have 350, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-handed. We got 2.5 in the middle. Look at all these holding. Oh, Seti McGetty for E. Nobody. Let's see here. Big Tony has the king. This could be trouble for Tony, but so A 7-way. Holy Nikes.
$1,300 is the bet from E with pocket fours. Big Tony with king, queen of diamonds.
Tony carving out calling chips, it looks like. Oh, yep. There he goes. Makes the call. So Big Tony drawing dead here. E has the check mark, 5K in the middle. What type of sizing will E come with on this river? Went 1.2 on turn. Could go a little bit. Goes for full pot, about 4K. Big Tony only has about 4K, so E effectively putting... I'm not sure what he's doing. Tony gets away there. Good on Tony for folding. I think Tony asked E, can you make it a little bit smaller so I can call you? And he tries to take some chips back, but you know you can't do that. Nonetheless, E will take that one down. Nice size pot, as there was 350 times 7 pre-flop.
So we're just going to say one thing as the chat keeps going on and on about it. One of the reasons why I think it's not an angle is because seat 1, Joe, has not said one word that said he thought he was angled. First of all, we do not have a betting line anymore at the lodge. So the betting line has nothing to do with it. We used to have a betting line at the old lodge when we moved into the Lodge Mahal. So you guys can go on and on about it. But seat 1, who was the person most affected by the situation, did not ask for the floor to be called. Here comes a raise from Fred Flintstone with the ladies.
3 bets to 600 here. Sabado wakes up with pocket 10s. And he's going to rip it all in. Only has 1.8 behind. He's in trouble. Fred's going to snap this off, and Sabado's going to need 2 outs. I think we're going to run this one time.
Tens versus ladies.
Fred Flintstone continuing to run over this table tonight.
Ace 8-4. Needing a 10 ball.
Now has spades.
Spade now. Doesn't come.
It's a club, and Sabado has been felted. He'll be reloading.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Fred's like, why haven't I been playing in this game every Saturday? Take a look at our winnings, up 13.8. King Kai down 9.2, 6.2 for Eli.
Big
Sabado
Tony
down about 5, so our big winners are Fred, Trey, and E currently. Quite the swingy game.
Kelly Allen, $5 super chat, and offering their opinion of what happened.
There's no hard betting line at the lodge anymore, and especially on the 1 and the 9 seat, and that line is closer than other spots. But there is no hard betting line. And the cards were still within reach of Eli. Nonetheless, it was still a quick exposing of the cards from seat 1. So that's the end of it, folks. Nobody's complaining at the table. Nobody seems to care. Seat 1's not upset about it. The floor does not need to be called. 10s versus ace-king.
425 is the raise from Trey.
And Joe says,
slick.
let's get it in here. 4 bets to 2.6 says, let's play for it all. Interesting to see if Trey wants to flip right now. Action folds around the Trey. He is scratching his eyes. 425 nodding his head. Knows that he's not just calling 2.6. It's either fold or let's play for 6,000. Fold or let's play for 6,000. Trey's gonna end up saying nope.
Thousand people in the live chat. Thank you all for joining us. There's the lodge cam. Front half of the lodge. It's called Slick's Room. That's what we're calling it, affectionately, of the Lodge Mahal. And see a tournament going on. You see a bunch of cash tables going on. Had a Big O tournament earlier today. Had a nightly deep stack tournament tonight. We average, we do 2 tournaments at least a day, an afternoon and an evening tournament, every single day. Sabado folds over to E with Jack 9. Over to Trey with 8-9. Offsuit. Trey having a good night on the felt tonight. Makes the call. One of our smallest skillets of the evening. Just $100 in there. Queen 10-8. Pair of 8s for Trey. King on the turn. Still nobody is beating pair of 8s. There's a 5. Pair of 8s for Trey. And he'll take that monster pot down of $100. Probably our smallest pot of the night. But he'll take it nonetheless. On to the next hand. Slick Rick Skull Mike here. Hope you're having fun. If you're not having fun, go. You should find some place you are having fun, but we hope you are having fun. 150 is the raise from Jay Wynn. 9-10 suited. Fred Flintstone calls. Sabado gets rid of his cards. So does E. Big Tony with ace deuce suited makes the. Looks like Big Tony had folded. Trey had come along. Trey comes along with deuce 5 suited. 5 ways to a flop. 8-7-4. Rainbow. Open-ended straight draw for J-Win. J-Win's going to reach for chips. Make it 450. Fred gets out of the way, as does Trey. Over to Eli. Makes the call. And Joe will fold. So heads up, Eli and Jay win. There's a 10 ball.
Nice card there for Eli.
Diamonds
Very nice.
and a straight draw.
Beautiful card for Eli. But a pair for Jaywin, and now he slows down. A little bit of paw control. Now Eli picks up a pair, checks it over. Jaywin with 2 pair. 4-liner to a straight goes check, check. And Jaywin will take it down 1.7. So that one could have been a little bit spicier. Eli nods, says, good hand, sir. And the chips will go over to the 3 seat. $10.15 as we power on.
Yeah, I'll go out and see where we are in the likes. We are sitting at 413. We need 600 in the next 44 minutes. We started 30 minutes late, so usually our cutoff time is 10:30. So we'll give you 30 more minutes to get to overtime. We need 187 more likes. Got to tell you that Don Julio 1942, one shot did me right.
Soft.
Couldn't handle more.
Soft.
Don't want to handle more. Go see that new movie tomorrow.
Watched it last night.
The Many Saints of Newark. Your thoughts? Your dad liked it.
I thought it would have been better. It wasn't bad. I was entertained, but I didn't think it was amazing.
Huh. So you saw it on a stream, but they also have it in the movie theater.
You can watch it on HBO Max. Why not watch at home on your own sofa?
Because I like the movie theater experience. My wife likes the popcorn.
I got an 80-inch TV at home, flat screen.
Yeah. I hope it's a flat screen.
And I have popcorn that I put in the microwave. What's the problem?
No problem.
I save money on gas. I didn't even have to put on a tie or my slacks. Could watch it straight there, tidy whities. No problem.
Yeah, Wes, I did see the card counter.
Straight for King Kai.
Some people like that movie. I don't know. I just didn't.
Straight for Sabado. This is trouble. Trouble ahead for our boy Sabado.
Sabado's just not.
He's been felted once, and he's on his way to that same dark place where once you're there once, you definitely don't want to go back a second time. Ooh, but gets saved on the river. Chop Suey. Brutal card there for Kai. Both these gentlemen have had a rough go tonight. And Sabado will say thank you very much.
Giving you hell about saying it's a flat screen, although they do have curved screens. I'll give you that, even though I shouldn't. But they're giving you a lot of hell like it wouldn't be a flat screen these days, you know. That's okay. I've seen at Best Buy the curved screen.
When you just say flat screen, just sounds nicer. Got an 80-inch flat screen.
I've got a 75-inch. That extra 5 inches, I've been told, means all the difference. That's
right.
what she said.
Yeah, you're probably only really working with, like 4 inches. No comment?
No. I tell you,
no comment.
TVs have come a long way.
I wasn't talking about TVs.
What are you playing? Wah?
No.
What is that? E raises to 150 with 5-6 of diamonds. Eli makes the call with Jack 10 suited.
Jaywin's got the 7 Dewey here, 3 betting to 750. You know, he's not going to fold his cards too quickly. Of course, it's always Eli. It's always Eli at the end of these. And he makes the call, so he's going to defend. 750 ahead here. Going to go heads up, pot brewing. Eli in position. Jaywin. You know he's going to get after it here. Connects with the best hand, actually. Currently has a pair of deuces. I think he'll go somewhere along the lines of about 600 here. Might size up. Does indeed size up. Goes for a full 1,000. That's going to get it through. Don't see Eli getting spicy here. Does indeed have the overs. Backdoor spades. He's getting spicy. He is getting spicy. Plenty of turn cards could help him. And that is one of them there. So, God, Jaywin's like, why wouldn't he just fold?
Ooh, big bet. All in.
Going for it's going to put him all in. And if Eli floats the flop, connects with a 10, I'm not quite sure how he can fold. An exciting hand. This is why we play Deuce 7. Ricky Ricardo. Slick Rickety. Slick Rick.
Lickety, lickety split.
What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed? This guy's a gangster. His real name is Clarence.
Doing some accounting, are we, Eli? And, oh, boy, if he folds on this one, it's going to sting. It's going to sting. It's like you're in the ocean. You got a little cut. You're bleeding on your leg. And then you just go right into that salt water. And, boy, oh, boy, does it sting. Eli here in the blender. Connects with his money card on the turn, but he still feels sick to his stomach. He needs a doctor. He's reaching for chips. He's looking to the sky.
What a hoodie.
What a hoodie. Get your hoodies. Skull Mike Poker on Instagram. Get at me. We will send them out immediately. Going to the post office on Monday, actually. So, get your gear. Hat, coin, whatever. Will Eli make this call? 1 for a call, 2 for a fold. 1 for a call, 2 for a fold. I am going with a 1.
So am I.
I think he's making this call. Eli hates folding. Oh! Oh! Going back into folding motion. Oh! Cards down. Chips in the hand.
The 7 deuce plays a big role right here for the first time tonight, really. Actually, the second time.
The crowd, the chat is mixed. Oh, he folds it. Oh,
and everybody's going to give Jaywin an extra 100.
Gets it through the dangerous, dangerous game of 7 deuce. Eli gives him credit. Folds the winner.
And he hit on the turn is one of his pairs. Something interesting is happening tomorrow night on television. Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady goes back to Foxborough. And you know what made it more interesting is Gronk. Gronk is not going to be playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Brady goes back to where he made so many people smile. 20 years.
All right, enough.
It's going to be fun.
Enough about the Patriots.
It's going to be fun.
Enough.
By that time, we'll know all about the Yankees and Sox. Who made it, who didn't. They probably both will make it.
And then the sandwich bet will get extended
to the playoffs.
To who wins that game. It's going to be a one-game playoff. That's what it's going to be.
No, not if they both make it. Then they're in, and they just start the playoffs.
No.
Yeah. There's
That's
two
not how it works.
Two wild card spots. If both the Sox and the
I thought
Yankees.
they just have a playing game.
No. If three are in, then they'll each play each other.
No,
one game.
That's not how it works.
Yes, it is. Read it. If 3 are tied, then...
What are you talking about? You have the division winners, which are 3.
Right.
And then you have 2 wild cards.
Right.
And they play a one-game playoff to see who advances. That's how it's worked the past couple of years. You read it. Clown.
No. I'm just saying if there's two, they both make the playoffs as wild cards.
And it's a one-game series. Winner advances. It's like a playing game. It's
Right.
technically the playoffs, but it's one game.
Right. 7-3.
Right. Right is
Fair
right.
sevens.
Thank you. The defense rests.
The defense rests. Fred Flintstone with his pocket tens. E-bet 100. King Kai with his sevens.
John has a message for you in chat, Rick. Why don't you read it out? It's not a super chat, but you can read it still.
I don't see from
John,
John.
scrolling up. John's there.
I don't see it.
I'll read it for you. I see it. John says the wild card has a one-game play-in, Rick. You're wrong.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. I was talking about if there's 3 teams tied, but that's okay. I see. Unlike many people in this world today, especially after the last several years, it's not a great shame to admit if you're wrong. The world doesn't come tumbling down if one has to admit they've made a mistake.
Story time with Ricky.
You don't always have to be right.
Being right's a lot more
King of Hearts.
satisfying
I mean,
than being wrong.
I've been wrong lots of times, and I'll be wrong again.
I've been right lots of times.
Fred Flintstone is going to win with his tens.
Jake Stein siding with a new picture. Again, this guy changes his YouTube pictures.
Not going back on what I said, Joseph Palooza. I'm perfectly. We were talking about 2 different things. I was talking about if 3 teams are tied for the wild card spot. That's what I. And if you
don't get so defensive about
if you
it.
don't,
Just let it
but
go.
believe me, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
You can't be right all the time,
You can
right, Rick?
you can tell me I'm wrong, and I will smile.
Doesn't bother you?
I will. Nope, doesn't bother me.
Sounds like you're a little
5,
steamy.
5, 10, 25.
Got a little steamer in the booth.
I am perfectly okay.
Why don't you take another big boy sip of that 1942? Big boy sip? One and done, huh? It's going to be like the Red Sox are. One and done.
You saw me smiling when he said that, and then also you see Eli be like,
Jake Stein says, Slick, please make a compilation video of all the times Skull is proven wrong and apologizes. Wait, might only happen once every blue moon. Jake Stein, the great Jake Stein.
He's right, because you got to be wrong to then apologize, and I'm rarely wrong. So, Blue Moon sounds pretty accurate. P. Willie thinks you're upset.
No. I think it all started back around the Reisman dinner table with Skull, little 6-year-old Skull, complaining to the parents and them just never saying, "You're wrong, little Skull Mike."
Steve and Sophie raised me well.
No doubt.
You don't gotta bring.
No-
you don't gotta bring them in
no-
to defend you.
no-
'Cause they'll have my side, not yours.
No doubt. Joe with trip tens.
Joe still might be a little steamed up from what happened earlier. That cost him about 4,000. And Sabado's going to come along here, drawing dead. Call a medic for Sabado because his money is on life support right now. Need a nurse to seat 5. Fred Flintstone coming along at 7%. Joe says, "Come on, boys. Come along for the ride. Why not?"
Joe's got this locked up.
5
Sabado.
snap.
Fred Flintstone with his aces and tens. And Joe will pull that pot down. On to the next hand. 10:30, folks, our normal cutoff time for likes.
Cutoff time's 10:30. Everybody knows that. It's a 10:30 cutoff.
Not really. Not tonight.
Not tonight. We started
Not tonight,
a little late.
Larry.
Started a little late, so we're sitting at 474 likes. We need 126 in the next 29 minutes.
I'm at 475 right now.
Okay.
What'd you say we're at? You said the same thing, right?
474.
Okay, yep, here you go. Same thing.
$200. The raise from Eli with ace-10 offsuit. Joe folds over to King Kai with queen-jack offsuit. Will come along for $200. Over to Flintstone character. King-4 suited.
What'd you say? Over the Flintstone characters?
Yeah.
So now he's not even a human being. He's just over to the Flintstone character.
He's a cartoon. Great
You're-
guy, though.
You're a cartoon.
9 King 9. 2 pair for Flintstone.
Fred. Flush draw for Tony the Tiger. No?
Thank you, Kevin Odell.
Stretch on that one. Shout out to Frosted Flakes. I haven't had Frosted Flakes in a while.
that
When's the
was
last
good
time you had
cereal.
a straight bowl, little 2%?
Did you like Frosted Flakes or Lucky Charms? What about Lucky
Both.
Charms?
Both. But all in on both. I'm on the box of Lucky Charms. That's me. That's Skull.
You just
Little
wish they put a
leprechaun.
little bit more marshmallows
Yeah,
in the mix.
Sometimes you get shafted.
10
Sure.
of clubs. Now a club draw going along with the 2 pair.
Fred all over this one. Tony not going anywhere. Flush draw for
Flush
one.
draw.
Flush draw for all. Fred checks here. Tony's going to bet. It's going to be interesting to see if Fred comes along with a check raise, but probably a little worried about the 9. So he's definitely not folding. Although he doesn't look too confident. Seems to be giving Fred can't really get a read on Tony, it looks like. So Fred going to at least see a river card for 900. Makes the call. Pot brewing.
Here comes. There's the heart.
Ooh, heart.
Big Tony out of nowhere.
Go, gets there and satisfied with checking it down. Board is paired, perhaps worried. And Fred, come on, Fred. You can lose a pot here and there. You're up 15,000 tonight. It's okay. It stings. It hurts. But send one over to Big Tony immediately.
Big Tony. The man. Yeah, we're hearing a lot of people's favorite cereals. The other one that was fun back in the day, Captain Crunch. I mean, those things kept their crunch no matter how much milk you had in there. Captain Crunch.
Big Captain Crunch guy. We gotta have a cereal night in the booth. Midstream.
Fun.
No slurp. You're probably a slurper.
Haven't had cereal in
You're
a long
slurp-
time.
you're-
I don't remember the last time I had
You are
cereal.
a cereal snorer, and snorers are always known as cereal slurpers. True or false? You slurp your cereal, get a nice slurp.
There is
True or false?
false. There is a true story though. When I was in 3rd grade, I used to come home, have a bowl of cereal after school. Didn't have any milk one day, so I said, "Well, what's another breakfast drink?" Filled it up with orange juice.
Orange juice, yeah.
Did it. Plead guilty. 3rd grade.
Pulp or no pulp?
No Pope.
No pulp. True or false? I had orange juice this morning.
True.
False. You lose again.
I'm not a big orange.
Got
What is this?
him. Got him.
What is this like? The
Got
casino
him. We flipped for it. We flipped for it. You lost.
casino with Chevy Chase? Goes up to a table, pick a hand.
So Tony rivers a flush on the last hand. Now he flops a flush on this hand. What a world. but nobody has much of anything to continue, so no action, no justice, and he will just win about 905.
Sorry, Earl, you must be new to the stream. We mix in some other things other than just poker. Sorry if we're offending you.
Earl, what do you eat for breakfast? It's not all about us. You can let us know what you eat for breakfast, Earl.
My goodness. God forbid if we don't spend every single sentence on poker. My goodness. The world comes apart. Anyways, next hand. 5-10-25 is what we're playing here at the Lodge Mahal. Just coming back from a lot of streaming over the last 2 weeks. Probably had over 35 hours of streams in the past 14, 15 days.
Thank you, Ann. Tony the Flush Tiger. Yes, indeed. She gets with the program. That's what we're talking about, Ann.
Chris the Cop says people are capable of watching poker and laughing. That's what makes this stream awesome.
Yeah, Chris
gets it.
He's a regular.
He's a cop. He gets it.
Shout out to Staten Island.
King 4-4. Eli with pocket deuces. Can't love the flop, but he's in the lead. Joe comes along with his ace-jack. Joe doesn't look like he wants to call, but he does. Looks like we're heads up, Eli and Joe. Now a straight draw coming for Joe. Lots of outs, 9 of them. That's not one of them. Pocket deuces. And Joe is going to shoot.
Deuces are good.
Deuces are good.
Quack, quack. 2 pair, 2s and 4s with the king. Good enough for 1.1.
Raul says these in caps, so I'm going to read it loud. These guys wouldn't last here at Hustler, LOL.
Okay, Raul. LA versus
Say hello to all the folks at the Hustler for us.
Texas Poker.
Us little hicks from Round Rock. Say hello to them. We're trying to learn the game here in Texas.
Yeah, Texas Poker. These guys can't play.
Trying to learn this game called Texas Hold'em here in Texas.
Yes. How's California Hold'em going? Does that exist?
E folds on the button. Big Tony comes along with 10-8 suited. Trey will too with Queen Jack offsuit. Joe says let's raise it up to 150 with 7-5 offsuit. Actually, that's Eli. Don't know what Eli has.
Yeah, I think Eli's the one who
There we
juiced
go.
it.
King Queen.
Yeah.
There we go.
Little juicer. King 3-8 Skittles, so nice flop for the juicer here. Connects with top pair. But this C-bet might just clear the field. Probably going to go for about 3. Yeah, I was going to say 3. Goes for about 450. Don't think anybody makes this call here, so that should be good enough to take it down. Tony thinking about it with his pair of 8s, but elects to fold.
We like all streams. We wish all streams the best of luck. The only times when we don't is when somebody comes at us. Hasn't happened in a long time. So we're friends with everybody. Here's the deal. We wish them all luck because a rising tide lifts all boats. More people watching streams, the better it is for us. So there you go.
Tell them about the lead sled dog.
Only the lead sled dog sees a change of scenery, and that's what we truly believe. So we're a little bit different. That's why we're a little different.
When's your coloring book or little children's book coming out? You know, nighttime with Slick Rickety Ricardo.
And we'll have a Spanish version.
Yeah.
Slicky Ricardo.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guys from Brazil. We're still waiting on the contracts to be signed. They want to steal all of our show topics and become a poker show in Brazil with Slicky Ricardo and Skull Miguel.
Skull Miguel.
Or would it be Miguel Skull?
We work on that. We need to go back into the lab on that one.
And it'd be funny to have, they have different versions of Jeopardy and game shows in other countries.
Yeah. You just press the SAP button on your next to the chat in YouTube. That'd be sweet if that was a thing.
Nick Tran says, I'm here in Los Angeles. I still watch you guys. Thank you, Nick.
Damn right, Nick.
Look, we watch Hustler, too. Good stuff they do out there. Congratulations
Be right back.
They do incredible quality out there at Hustler. Jack 9-5. That's the thing. We're not afraid to say other people do a good job. E with big slick suited. Checks. Here comes the turn. There's the ace. Both players hit it. The king is going to play a major role here for E. Fred is looking for one of the two remaining tens. Jake Stein with a $5 super chat, quoting one of my favorite movies, Semi-Pro. Jackie Moon. Everybody love everybody. Raised to 1,500. Back to Fred, who started this nonsense. He likes the fact that there is not a snap call. Fred is going to make the call, and E is going to get paid. He's going to show that powerful king, and he shows the ace. And E with the nice bet there. Spade 479 says, man, I have some sweet ideas for poker live stream that could make you guys one of a kind even more than you already are. Wow. Slick Rick, can you confirm if there's a Long John Silver a couple exits before the lodge? I don't know there, Wes. I don't know where I didn't even know if Long John Silvers were still around. Are they still around? Can I get fried fish with fried this and fried that? That's a Long John Silver menu. Good stuff, though. But I don't know if they're still around. Don't know the answer to that, Wes. Sharon Barth says she confirmed there is one. So here we go, another hand. E raises to 300 with ace 10 coming off a very nice win. Eli calls with King 5 suited. So does Joe and King Kai. Looks like Fred Flintstone is in with Queen Deuce suited. Ace 9-9, couple of spades. Fred Flintstone with a spade draw. And a pair of aces for two pair for E, aces and nines. Four of clubs. And does E make another value bet here? This time his kicker is not quite as good, but Fred paid off last time, but Fred has nothing here. 1,000 is the bet. So Fred will fold. So one of the players had busted out, and rather than not have nine-handed, Skull Mike is going to go and play on the table. So we'll see him in about 30 minutes. On to the next hand. Looks like we've got a $50 double straddle. It's 5, 10, 25 guaranteed, and then we've got another $50 double straddle. Sabado raises to 250 with 3-5 suited. Stephen Reisman is Flintstone misspelled. It should be Flintstone. Probably just didn't all fit in there. I don't know. It should be Flintstone, but it's Flintstone. That's no worries. We can work with it. Three ways to a flop. Joe, Fred, and Sabado. Jack 7-9 Skittles. Joe comes right out with his pair of nines. That's 200. And Fred and Joe will go mano a mano, the two friends. Check dark from Joe with a 5 of hearts on the turn. Now a heart draw. For Fred. Makes a rather large bet, 700. Quick call from Joe. Seven outs for Fred. A queen of spades and some hearts. That's not going to do it. As long as Joe stays in, he's got this hand. He shows his pair of nines. He's going to take down a $2,600 pot. There's your cumulative winnings. E up 8,700. Fred's up 7,800. He was up 13,000 a little while ago. Jay went up 6,300. Trey up 5,700. Joe up 3,700. Everyone else is down. King Kai throwing a major party tonight. Eli down 7,900. Sabado down as well. Daniel, absolutely. Dealers are allowed to play at the club. They are, I think there's a time limit, not 4 hours before your shift or 4 hours after your shift, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you don't, as a dealer, you don't want to play directly after you've dealt, or actually before you dealt either, because you don't want to It's just not good. But yes, dealers are allowed to play at the club, and many do play. Actually, the best table you could come to, if you ever come to the club, 7 dealers and an empty seat. That's a table for you. King Deuce 3, a couple of clubs. King Kai with a club draw. Trottier says, I wish poker was this awesome and exciting like this in Canada. It's pretty exciting. Texas poker is kind of going crazy right now. It's not just at our club, but it's pretty much everywhere in Texas that has the poker clubs. Remember, there's not casinos in Texas, and a lot of people like to do a little gambling here in the poker club by way of being on the felt and hoping for that one-outer, putting chips in play when maybe it's not always the best thing. Some do. I'll just say some do. Yellow chips are 1,000, folks. Fred bet 825. King Kai calls with his flush draw. Jaywin gets out of the way. So King Kai he has 5 outs. Needs a club. He gets the club. King Kai hit his flush on the river. Going to get paid off here. King Kai and Fred Flintstone misses that. On to the next one. Slick Rick running solo right now. Skull Mike had to go out onto the felt as we lost a player. And this game is pretty large, so hard to find somebody right now to fill. We had a couple standbys that came in. We're at 5:56, folks. We've got 6 minutes to get 44 likes to go into overtime. We need 44 likes in 6 minutes. We've done a lot more before with a lot less time. We have trust. If you want some more time, some overtime, that's how we get there. Fred raises to 310 with King 4 offsuit. Sabado calls with 10-5 suited. There's a king right in the window. Pair of kings for Fred. And there's a fold from Sabado. 592. We're 8 away, folks. Smash that like button. In the next 5 minutes, we need 8 more to do it. We're there. We're going to overtime.
We're going to overtime.
Congratulations, folks. You did it. Got to let the wizard know that you guys got us to overtime. Congratulations, folks. You did it once again. Trey raised to 200. Joe called with 10-7 of diamonds. King Kai with 6-3 offsuit. Makes the call. Over to Fred with Queen 8 suited. He's certainly going to come along. Sabado with 9-7 suited. Says, I'm in. E with 5-3 offsuit. Will fold. Big Tony with King Queen offsuit will come along. So looks like we'll go 6 ways to a flop. Flop comes 8-10 deuce. Couple of clubs. Club draw for Fred. Pair of 10s for Joe. And an open ender for Sabado. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel J says this is absolutely best poker stream on the internet. It's like a big family, no ego, good action, love it. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for being part of that family. $800. Now it's $2,500.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Fred and Joe all alone in this pot. There's another 8. So Fred now with trips. I'm sorry. Yeah. All in moment for Fred. And there's the fold. There's your VPIPs, and as we look at that, let me remind everybody, October 11th and 13th, Ryan DePaulo's coming to the Lodge for 2 streams, a Monday and Wednesday stream. Lots of people want to play with Ryan DePaulo. Lexo Poker will be here in November for a couple of streams, along with DQ, the great one, the legend, DQ, our friend. And then January 12th, mark it on your calendars, Lon McCarran, Norman Chad, both coming to the Lodge. It'll be a commentator versus commentator tag team event. 2 commentators, 1 from each team, will be in the booth. The other 2 will be on the felt. We'll go back and forth, switching back and forth, tagging people out. And the other 7 seats that night will be also tag team. Tag team poker with the great Norman Chad, Lon McCarran, the legends. Legends of the game. So many people are going to want to come meet Norman Chad. I mean, that guy, they do a wonderful job. And by the way, World Series of Poker just getting started this week. And no longer on ESPN, folks. Poker Go and CBS Sports will cover all the action. So no longer ESPN, which I don't know. We'll see how it works. I'm hoping for the best, you know? You hope for the best. Scott Anderson says that seems like a lot of sitting and standing for Norman. Truth be told, I'm really looking forward to meeting him. We've invited both of them to our party to end all parties in November 6th on top of Planet Hollywood to celebrate this live stream and the growth of this live stream. So who knows? Maybe before January I'll get to meet him. You never know. Sabado with Queen 9 Open-ended straight draw with the combo flush draw. Bets 1,100. King Kai comes along with Seti Maggette, of course, and Fred Flintstone with 2 pair. This is a unbelievable hand about to happen. All in for 3,200 is Sabado. Combo draw here, flush and open-ender. Back over to King Kai with Seti Maggette. Set of 10s. Wow. What a hand this is. Wow. King Kai goes all in. And this is going to make it very hard for Fred Flintstone. He flopped top 2 thinking he's got this hand, but then all of a sudden 10,300 is the bet. And that would be another 5,300, half of Fred's remaining stack to call. What will he do here? He's asking for a count. One if you think Fred Flintstone calls. 2 if you think he folds. Let's hear from you, Chatsville. 1 if he calls. 2 if he folds. Lots of people saying 1, a few 2s. It's kind of a mixed bag right now. It's going to be hard to lay down top 2. When somebody goes over the top of an already big bet, you got to smell set. Of course, it's easy for me to say. I'm seeing the cards. Top 2 just very hard to lay down. King Kai helping the dealer out with numbers. I would probably remain silent. Don't want to give any tells away, but that's just me.
Second call for Stein for 2-5. No, thank you.
I'll let them play it out here. He calls. Seti Maggette versus top 2 versus straight draw and flush draw. Wow. Look at this hand, folks. Set versus top 2 versus flush and straight draw. Open ender. There's a queen. Deuce. So the boat, King Kai, wins a huge pot. 25,000. And Sabado leaves us. He had quite the draw, both a straight, open-ended straight draw and a flush. Could not get there. And King Kai wins a huge one. Believe, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest part of the night. And Fred Flintstone. Tough to lay down top two, folks. We've all been there. And for King Kai,
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
I want to thank Sabado for playing. Always good to see him. Great guy. Great attitude. Wasn't his night tonight. Just couldn't get things working, even in that incredible combo draw. Cumulative winnings now. E up 8,600. J win 5,900. Trey up 5,300. King Kai with that huge pot gets himself from the red to the black. 4,800 now. Joe up 995, and Fred Flintstone, who was at one time was up 13,000, is now down $5. Tough to lay that down. There you see a room, the lodge cam, front half of the room, Slick's room. Lots of action going on right there. Still a tournament, I believe, in the top right. All the cash games along the left-hand side of the picture there. 903 in the live chat tonight. We are going to give you some overtime. Remember, we started 30 minutes later. So typically we start overtime at 11. I believe we'll start overtime probably 11:25, 11:30, somewhere there, and give you a few minutes extra. We'll be back Monday night, 48 hours from now, for Ladies' Night. Slick Rick and Ruth Hall will be in the bunker. King, Queen, Deuce. Fred with pocket nines. Eli with squadouche. Goes check, check. Another queen, so two pair of queens and nines. Check, check, and actually it went check, and then Fred makes a bet, and we'll take it down. Yeah, Jake, that was quite the sick hand. Sure, it'll be on a highlight clip coming this week. Got a little black screen here, folks. Bear with us. Should come up. There we go. Color up for King Kai in seat 2. Sean Hall, Skull Mike left the bunker to take one of the seats. You'll see him probably in about 20 minutes. Remember, there's a delay, so when he leaves here, Vince, hi Skull Mike and Slick Rick, first time writer, many months watcher. Vince from Toronto.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Don't be a stranger, Vince. We love to hear from you. Glad you've been a long-time watcher. The Chatsville is a very welcoming people. They police their own. Somebody comes in here and gets out of line, Chatsville polices them. They smack them down in a non-violent way. King 7-3. Skittles. Pair of sevens for Fred. 19 Trottier. Send me the joke. Send it. Oh, here comes a big bet. Send it to Slick Rick at thelodgepokerclub.com. Slick Rick at thelodgepokerclub.com. Remember, I like story jokes, not one-liners or what's the difference between that type of joke. Give me a story joke, a good one. As long as it's not, and Trey shows the ace. Has to fit in a certain category. But send it to me. I get a lot of jokes each week. Some I tell, like the one tonight. It was a huge hit. There's your VPIP tonight. Fred Flintstone sitting at 86%, one of our all-time great highest VPIPs ever. Even our lowest VPIP is very respectable. J-Win, 26%. E sitting at 35%. Trey, 47. You see, lots of action tonight. There you see Skull Mike. About ready to take seat 5. That's his little backpack that he wears. Sorry about that, Sean. The Gators. My Horns won today, heading into the Red River Showdown in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl next week. You ever been to a game? I highly recommend you go to that game once in your lifetime. Texas OU. The stadium is divided exactly in half, right at the 50. You can actually see the line where the red shirts stop and the orange shirts begin. Incredible atmosphere, exactly 200 miles between each school. Right there at the Cotton Bowl. In the middle of the state fair, the largest state fair in the country. Texas State Fair on the, it's just a happening place where corn dogs were invented. How about that? Here comes the flop.
How about them Cowboys?
Eli with the Cowboys checks. All in for 4,700 from Eli. Big Tony had bet 1,000. He's going to lay down his sevens, and Eli shows his kings. Yes, you do not eat corn dogs with ketchup. It's a mustard play. Rookie move. Somebody goes for the ketchup. State Fair, Texas. You go and get a Fletcher's corn dog. Wait in line. Pay them your 12 tickets. They don't take cash. It's all tickets at the State Fair. And rookie play if you put ketchup on your corn dog. It's a mustard play. One single line up the corn dog. There you go. Trey with ace-queen suited. Raises to 500. So Rude Poker. It is not full yet, but you need to get your reservation. I need your name and your Caesar's reward number, So Rude Poker. Send it to Slick Rick at thelodgepokerclub.com. Do not RSVP if you don't plan to go. That would be a bad move for anybody, unless there's certainly a emergency. Then we understand. But don't take somebody's space if you aren't really thinking you're coming, because we only have about 75 spots. So there you go. Here comes the flop. 4,600 in the skillet. Heads up, Jay-Win and Trey. Jack, Jack, 4. Jay-Win with his Gretzky. 99. I believe I've seen that, Luis, about the Iowa wave. Is that where the whole stadium waves to the children's hospital? That's right in back of the stadium, and the children look out the window and get waved to. I believe I've seen that before. That is pretty cool. Shout out to the Iowa Hawkeyes fans if they do that, if that's where it's from. I know I've seen that before. Jay-Win calls Trey's raised to 2,500, and those yellow chips, folks, those are $1,000 each. Purple are 500. Big skillet, 6 of spades. Trey dead to 5 outs. One of the remaining aces or queens. Check, check. So a boat now for Jay-Win. Checks. Goes check, check. And Jay-Win's going to win a very nice pot of close to $9,600. Skull Mike now in seat 5, folks. If you want to see Skull Mike, there he is. Look at that hoodie. I bought 3 of those. That's a special edition hoodie. We haven't started selling those yet. Don't know if we are. The new logo. Pretty sharp, though. I want to say the new logo, the second logo, because we're still going to use both. Glow with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you all the folks who decide to give us a little super chat. That's how Skull and I make a little money. We appreciate it. On to the next one. I get it, Luis. I'm not, Luis, I'm not a huge corn dog lover myself, but when you go to the state fair, that's in Texas, that's kind of, they sell more corn dogs at the state fair of Texas than anything else that they sell. So it's just kind of a rite of passage. You go to the state fair of Texas, you get a corn dog. Realize it's not filet mignon. I get it. But it's just what you get. So Big Tony and Trey finally decide who gets what cards. Absolutely, Mark. Corn dogs and funnel cakes. Come on now. Yeah, they each year they give an award for the best fried item. In years past, obviously fried Oreos, fried butter was fried guacamole, all sorts of fried stuff. So Skull Mike decides to just get right in the mix. And just flops a set. Seti McGetty for Skull Mike. He's not going to get paid here. 500's bet. King Kai. King Kai calls this. He's being very generous. He calls, being very generous. Throws it in. Skull Mike loves that. Uh-oh. Open ender now. Few outs, 7 outs for King Kai. This would be horrible city for Skull Mike. Flopping Seti McGetty against 5 high. All of a sudden the turn brings tons of outs. Skull Mike's going to make him pay for the draw. 800, quick call. He says if he hits the hand, he'll give him a purple chip. He hit the hand. Oh, my goodness. Wheelorama. You heard him. Let's see if he does. He said, if I hit this hand, I'm going to give you a purple chip to the dealer. Skull Mike got run down in this hand. This is ugly. Seti McGetty, Turn River, Wheel-O-Rama, King Kai. Skull Mike. Maybe he thinks he's got Big Slick. I don't know. Hand would have played a little bit differently had it been Big Slick. Skull Mike is going to make this call. He raises. He raised it to 2,500 and a call from King Kai. Wow. Wow, folks. He's a man of his word. Holy moly. Skull Mike. Ugh. First hand played, flops Seti McGetty. Gets called on the flop by a guy with 5 high. Turn brings a straight draw. River brings the Wheel-O-Rama. And King Kai is loving life. Holy moly. He is a man of his word. Don't like to talk too much about that kind of stuff, but he did say if he won the hand, give him purple chip. 200 is the bet. King 7 offsuit from Trey. $200 straddle going on right now. King Kai with K9 woof suited. Back over to Big Tony, who had the $100 straddle on. He calls. Wow, a little out of breath there. All spades out there. 8 deuce 5. Trey with the only spade. He hits his king, but his kicker is not as big as King Kai. Trey bets 500. Yeah, Chris the Cop probably is on that hand. The horseshoe fell out. Riser didn't want. You're right. He didn't want to hear about my first hand, but that was a tough one. Look. I'm not. We've all been there. My goodness, that was a take your breath away kind of hand. 700 is the bet from Trey. Thinks his king is good, but the 9 from King Kai actually has him. King Kai looking like he just calls. King 7 is going to see the King 9, and Kai is heating up. Kai has won a ton of money in the last 10 minutes. Cumulative winnings. He's up close to 12,000. Jay Win up 11,000. E up 8,400. Joe up 265. Fred Flintstone up 45. Everybody else is down. Skull Mike and Eli down. And we're not showing two of the players. Kildo and Sabado are not showing on there. They both lost more than that. Joseph Costello is in the chat. How you doing, Joe? Mr. YouTube sensation himself. Yes, there is a Kildo. He played tonight. Ace 9. Suited. Fred raises to 1,400. Eli playing with our cards. Will fold his ace 3, and we'll go on to the next one. How's it going, Nicholas Arnott? How are you? I see Fig Nuts in the chat. Sharon Barth, obviously. Michael B. So many people, 948 of you. Did not see a $49.99 super chat. Let's see if I go back. Glow, $49.99 super chat. Can't wait to be there Monday and play. Glow is going to be on Ladies' Night. It'll be me and Ruth Hall in the bunker for that one. Ladies' Night is always fun. I got a joke all lined up. It's perfect for Ladies' Night. Told to me by one of the players at the game. And it's good enough to make the cut. So I'm going to tell it on Ladies' Night on Monday night. So stick around. Joke of the Night. One if you like it, two if you don't. Everyone knows the rules. Still need a sponsor for Joke of the Night. I've told close to 100 jokes, many of which you can see on the gram at Slick Rick Lodge. You want to check some of those out on the Instagram. Got about 30 more minutes, folks, and then we're going to call it a night.
How about them Cowboys?
Eli with the Cowboys will take it down. Thank you, Glow. Nuts and Glory. Skull does not wear his sunglasses in the bunker, but he does wear his hoodie. Not a hat because we have headphones on. There you see the lodge cam, front half of the room. Just a glorious room. And, people got on us last streams of talking about how proud we were of the lodge. Folks, we are. We're very proud of this place. And if you could have seen it last week with every table filled and it still didn't feel uncomfortable, the tables, you see how much room there is in between each table. Just makes such a difference in being comfortable in a place to play if you're going to be playing long hours. This makes a lot of sense. E raises to 650 with ace-jack offsuit. Joe folds over to King Kai with King Deuce. Makes the call. King Kai likes to see some flops. 3-3-10. Goes check, check. 8 of spades. Slick Rick Long John Silver sponsor. After I said I didn't know if they were in business, I don't think they'd want me as a spokesperson. Honestly, I would have to say in my lifetime, I have probably been to Long John Silver's. Probably, I could count the amount of times on my right hand. I don't know if I ever got into Long John Silver's. Nothing against them. Is this new carpet spongy? Take that from Fever Pitch. Great glow with the $4.99 super chat. Rick, will 2 sandwiches lock up seat 10 for me? Well, we only go seat 9. We only go 9-handed. Can't be bribed. Thank you, though, Glow, for thinking of me. Glow loves the live stream as we're going to redeal the hands. She's done very well during the time she's made the trek from Houston to Austin, about 3-hour drive, about 150, 160 miles, depending on which way you go. $400 to go. Skull Mike looks down at ace 10, chewing on his drawstring. Wouldn't do that if I were him, but he's choosing to do so. And he's making the call with a purple chip. Calls the 400. Over to E with 8-10 suited. Rather large bet, raise with 9-10 suited from King Kai, putting his chips to work. Fred Flintstone 8-6 offsuit, 2200 to call. Looks over at King Kai. He folds. Over to Skull Mike. 2,200 to call. Ace 10. Saying, I want some of my chips back, but is Ace 10 the hand to do it with? Little does he know, he's in a very good position here. He'll let it go. And King Kai is showing the 9-10 suited. And Skull Mike says, good hand. Nick from Yuma, I'm not going to pile on. The guy just lost a huge hand. But Nick from Yuma's wondering if he is wearing the hoodie or eating the hoodie. $959 in the chat. Looks like we've got a 5, 10, 25 that we've had all night, then a 50, 100, 200 straddle. The game is out of control right now. Over to J-Win. Comes along. And now the option, the $200 straddle is going to say, let them live. 4 ways to a flop. King, King, 7. 2 pair for J-Win. Kings and 7s. Been doing really good tonight, folks. Not talking any politics, so we're going to keep it that way, folks. That's how we do this stream. Enough of that going on. Not during our hours together. And Joe is going to win the pot. Poker for a living in the chat. Poker for a living is going to join me on one of the Ryan DePaulo streams, as Skull Mike will not be here on one of those dates. And the Fish will join me in the bunker. 550. The raise from E with pocket 6s. Big Tony with 7 deuce. Remember, we're playing the 7 deuce game. Any player who wins with 7 deuce gets $100 from every player. So Big Tony making a play here. Raises it up to 550. Eli folds his king 6. Joe gets out of the way. Jaywin gets out of the way. Back over to Fred with queen 5 offsuit. He gets out of the way. It's just going to be E. Actually, Skull Mike looks down at queen deuce offsuit. He'll fold. It's down to E. If Tony can get E to fold, which he doesn't, he gets 100 from each player. Here's the flop. 5, 8, 9. Goes check, check. There's a deuce. Comes the bet. Putting the pressure on E. Poker for a Living with the $49.99 super chat. Can't wait to jump in the booth with the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, Poker for a Living. Can't wait to see you in a few weeks, less than a few weeks. Ryan DePaulo coming October 11th and 13th. Makes the call, does E. Big Tony has one out that remains, and that's not it, but that may help him with another big bet here as E checks, and Big Tony is going to show his 7 deuce, and E is going to take down that pot. I don't know. Would have large bet there with the ace on the river force E to fold. We'll never know. Cumulative winnings, King Kai up 11,500, E up 11,300, Jay went up 10,600, Joe up 520, everyone else is down. Skull Mike down 5,400. Big Tony down 5,300, Eli down 5,200, Trey down 2,000. And Sabado and Kildo lost money too. So usually 5, 10, 25 is what we're playing. 50 of the straddle, 100 double straddle, triple straddle for 200. Raised to 600. Trey with the sailboats, pocket fours. Over to Fred. Did he say all in? He did. All in with ace deuce offsuit. Skull Mike ace 5 throws it in. E with 8 deuce. Gonna say you can have the $200 that I have in the pot with my straddle. Trey is asking for a count. Counting the chips. Trey is asking for the count. Be here Monday for ladies' night stream, and then we'll also be here Wednesday night and then next Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday is when you can find us. Poker night at the lodge. Coming down to the end of this stream, probably another 10 minutes. $50 is the minimum age for seniors. That's what I was told by Anthony Chester, the tournament director. 50 is where a senior becomes a senior as it relates to the seniors tournament. So sixes. So we still have Joe in the pot. I don't know why it's not showing here. No, I guess he folded. So there we go. That's why it's not showing. Trey with the fours. Ace, deuce for Fred Flintstone. Not a bad flop for Fred Flintstone. Has 4 outs now. and Joe would have had a boat on the river. Trey is going to win a rather large pot, 10,000 going Trey's way, and Joe's saying if I would have just called, I would have won a huge pot. So Fred Flintstone is looking to rebuy and get some more chips on the table.
Okay, I'll reload it.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone at one time, I remember he was up over 13,000 at one time. Took a couple hard hits. You don't see him on the screen there because he is out of chips, about to rebuy. Reload, if you will.
Checks on 11, please.
Checks to table 11.
Checks on 11.
Shout out to all of you who joined us tonight. It was a pleasure for a big game and a lot of action. We've had a lot of fun. Thanks again to Racer Nerd for the bottle of Don Julio 1942. Skull and I both had a shot. Very tasty. But one is all I can do. Nice note, though, from Racer Nerd. Really, we've gotten a lot of notes recently. One of the players who won one of the major tournaments wrote Skull and I a very nice letter. Gave us, actually Greg, he gave us a $2,500 check to give to a charity of our choice, of which we did. And he gave us a nice gift. So the notes, whatever monetary gift we get is very much appreciated. But the note that we received in both cases, and some of these cases, just means so much to us. Thank you. Thank you, Fig Nuts. I think the same of you. 3 1/4. Coming all around this late in the night in the game. Many, many more callers for a 3 1/4 bet. 6 ways to a flop. Let's see what the deck brings us. 6, 5, 8. Pair of fives open and straight draw for Fred Flintstone. And pair of fives for J-Win. Straight draw for King Kai. Little something something. Open-ended straight draw for Big Tony. Fred Flintstone makes the bet with open-ended straight draw and a pair of fives for 1,000. Big Tony calls. King Kai will let it go, as does J-Win. Not yet. Don't think he can call here. He lets it go. So Fred and Tony. Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Diamond draw now. Combo draw for Fred Flintstone. All in for 3,900. Over to Big Tony. Big Tony folds. Fred Flintstone wins the pot. One more time before we go, I wanted to let everybody know on November 6th, if you want to attend the party to end all parties on top of Planet Hollywood in the penthouse suite, 4,000 square feet, send me an email with your name and your Caesars reward number to slickrick@thelodgepokerclub.com. That's slickrick@thelodgepokerclub.com. I believe 45 people have already RSVP'd. We can fit probably 75. So if you're going to be in Vegas November 6th, the party goes from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Then after the party, Caesars Palace has reserved a couple of tables for us for those who want to play poker. Or you can just leave and go into the Vegas night. I've heard there's a few fun things to do in Las Vegas, Nevada. You can get a Caesars reward online. Caesars is asking for it, so since they're providing a lot to us, it's the least we can do. Caesars reward number is an easy thing to do. You can go online and get one, or go to the casino and get one. Six ways to a flop, 450 in the skillet. Ace 4-5. Pair of fives, straight draw for Skull Mike. Pair of aces for J-Win. Goes check all around. Here comes the turn. 7 of diamonds. Nobody with a diamond in their hand. So chances that a diamond comes out on the river are quite high. But it doesn't. 9 of hearts. So J-Win with his aces in the lead here. And over to King Kai, thinking about calling with a queen high. See you later, Roger's Treasure Hunting Emporium. Always a pleasure to see you. There's the V-Pip. I think this might be it, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yep. That'll do it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us on a special 5, 10, 25 game. Skull Mike out there on the felt. My name is Slick Rick for the Wizard of Lodge. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you in about 45 hours on Ladies' Night on Monday night on Poker Night at the Lodge.